We're live. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Hey. Hello, friends. Good Monday to you. Happy Memorial Day. Annie made it. Flava made it. High school grad Sophie. Let's go. Cheval, what's up? Dewey, just a few moments. Hello, my friend. Good to see ya. Enough time for some bits? Thank you, thank you. You're amazing. Do, 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 do. I hope you have some good plans today, Dewey. Hello, friends. How we doing? Hello, Clown Tully. I know the time is weird. It's good to see you. See your screen name on the screen. Hello, Shark Bait. Ha ha ha. How you doing? You did not sleep last night. Oh, Annie, I've had those days. I think a couple days ago, I could not. I didn't get to sleep until like, I want to say 4:30, and then woke up at 7:30. It was not a full night's sleep by any math. You got this. I hope you have the day off, Annie, so you don't need to be too aware, and please don't operate any heavy machinery. Miami Beach. So good to see you, Chris. How you doing? Shark bait. It's the worst. It's weird out there. Keep the faith. Ask your support network for help if you need it. And you got this. You have value. Watched a stream last night and ended at 2 a.m. and then you just played Cookie Run Kingdom until you looked out the window when it was morning. I've had those days. I'm actually considering getting a brick. What are y'all thoughts on brick? That's like the thing where you can lock a bunch of apps on your phone until you scan it again and it will unlock it. Because I've come to realize I am phone addicted, which is bonkers I don't think people would expect that of me when they see how little I post on social media. It's like, what do you mean you're addicted to your phone? Yeah, no, don't worry. It's all the useless stuff. Green Bam! Yeah, let's do it. I love it. I'm looking forward to your Thursday stream, friends. What are you doing on Thursday? Yeah. Probably around 5 p.m. Pacific time, Green Bam will be doing very cool stream. He's written more about it in our Discord in the Smile chat. But please, take a look. Now is a time to be awake. I know the term woke is out of fashion, but wouldn't that just be a page from the playbook of those who would take your power from you to make woke be passe or out of style or cringe? You know what's cringe? Fascism. And oligarchies and all that jazz. So cringe. That's what we should do, right? Turn it into like a eye roll thing. Amy Roberts, you're just learning about brick? Well, let me know if you do a little research. I might do it. I haven't this shadow is super weird, right? It makes it look like I'm wearing another shirt. It's just a shadow. Weird, right? Where's that? Is it this light? Oh, it's my lower light. Doesn't matter. Oh, Dewey. Right? Like, ew. You still doing fascism? That's like so cringe. Passe. Finished your first work week. How did it go? Are you liking it? I hope you are. I mean, first week is hard to like make a true assessment of your employment. Sharkbait Chevy's out there on the early end of that looking for a job. We're all in some end of that spectrum, yeah. Oh, Annie, the flu. That's the worst. Well, good on you for staying home and not spreading it around. Freedom is so in. Silent. Love you, Silent Elegance. That was a single horned. That's a heart with an antenna. So it gets good reception. You know what I mean? Boo doo 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 doo. Bow bow bow. Doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. Okay, so here. Let me talk you through my. You love your new boss. Company's cool. You have a lot of leeway to do what you want. It's nice when a company will actually trust their employees to do the job to the best of their abilities without a ton of, micromanagement. But I get that the first week you're like, I am still like learning how y'all do things in your system. The Pinky's so sophisticated. Yes, so sophisticated. You know it. Sassy girly, hi. Okay, so here's the situation, friends. This morning, we've got this looking out for me. Thank you. On Memorial Day, I remember to hydrate and other things. Beautiful. So this morning, we have this app on our phones that allows our son's school to contact, send out messages and stuff. And mostly I pay attention when it's a direct message from our son's teacher. But also the principal can send out messages, the PTA can send out messages, etc. And one school employee, I'm not even sure her position, sent out a Memorial Day message. Just a happy Memorial Day, wishing all of the school families a happy Memorial Day. She posted an AI image along with this message. I don't know. I doubt that she prompted it. Most likely, she saw it somewhere else and thought, that's cute. Copy, paste, and sent it out. But it struck me as, I would never say anything. I don't want to start a thing at the school. But I'm going to say something to you because you are my friends. And if I can't talk to you, then all this is just going to kick around in my head. And Mr. Sharp and I are going to talk to each other about it. And we do that way too much. The image was of a cartoon bumblebee and red poppies, which are traditionally a symbol of remembrance, specifically for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, right? And then the bumblebee has an American flag. Friends, the flag was not a flag, like not an American flag, right? Thank you, Mr. Sharp, coming in with my warm. The flag.
Here's the terrible flag.
No. Here, I'll turn up your mic, Mr. Sharp. Good day to you. Happy Memorial.
In all fairness, I am a terrible flag. I barely flap.
You barely flap.
Flap a little bit. Look.
We flap.
I'm not going to say I don't flap at all.
The flag wasn't even. It didn't have the right number of stripes or stars or positioning.
I feel like AI coasts along on the same goodwill that babies and puppies get. You make something with huge eyes and a cute little face, and you just ignore all of the other terrible things around it because it has a cute face. And it's like, for somebody who's not an artist, this lady is just like a nice school administrator lady.
And she's working
the
hard. Most important work, which is at a public school educating children, right? Like,
she's
I'm not
taking classes at the local graduate school of fine arts.
Yeah, she's not on like a think tank of, but the whole point of Memorial Day is to remember and honor, right? In Flanders Field, the poem that so associated red poppies with this day and Armistice Day, and generally like Remembrance Days around the planet. It's in Europe, it's mostly associated with Armistice Day. Makes sense. But like,
apparently they're into the end of World War I too. I don't know. It's also a big deal for those guys. I figure.
But the whole point is like solemn remembrance and carrying the torch. And what was like the torch, right? Like, again, anti-fascism. I know plenty of people died on the other side of that conflict. For the most part, they were people who had no power, caught up in the struggles of much more powerful people.
Right. And they're just doing what they think is the best for the most part. We're all just,
we're here too.
We're all just doing our best.
Yeah. We're not. We're a kid-friendly stream. We're a happy place. We're a place where you can escape from the existential horror of living in this modern age. But also, in this age, as we see a new rise of fascism and
real fascism
and just general authoritarianism, it feels weird to not. These are the holidays we have. Like, this is what Remembrance Days are for. Yeah. So I'm not saying like, oh, an AI is the real villain, but it struck me as so hollow.
Well, it's not the good guy.
It's certainly not the good guy. It's a tool of the oppressor, which is bonkers to like be using this language as I'm talking about a cartoon bumblebee who had no hind legs, by the way. It was just
that's the thing. You
front
look
arms
at the
and
cute
no
face.
legs.
You look at the cute face.
Huge shiny eyes.
And they just don't look at the all of the other little details.
Or think of the gallons of water that are being
and for
used
folks
for
that
this.
As soon as you like start disliking AI and you start seeing it, the stuff starts popping out at you, and it's hard to not see it. It's hard to fuzzy demon.
Hey, fuzzy demon bunny! Let's go. Hi, how are you? Existential horror. That is it. That is the thing. The bee knows what it did. Look at those eyes. Of course it knows what it did.
Ryoki's here. Doesn't have any meanings to distract from SharpBalloons. Ryok's, great seeing you.
We love you, Ryoki.
K-pop fan mom. I'm sorry I haven't said hi to everybody. Do we?
Of course it wasn't done on purpose.
Sassy. Miami Beach
Of
balloon
course
guy.
it wasn't done on purpose. But artists exist for the purpose of communication. And if the communication is remembrance and honor, then it is dishonorable to outsource to a computer that's just like flag bee poppy. Dip, 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 blah.
Because at a certain level, what AI really does is it brings to light the most fundamental question of what is art and why. Why make art? Like, what is the point of art? And part of it, this is going to sound probably like old guy idealistic. Part of the point of art is sacrifice. That you, Georges Bataille wrote a big thing about art as sacrifice. We don't have to get into that, but like all art exists with some degree of sacrifice. And to some,
Gives it value.
in some calculus, the amount of sacrifice you make for a piece of art in whatever form that can take, because sacrifice can take many forms, gives it its weight and its heft. For example, you think of like the singer-songwriter who plays like a very simple guitar song and isn't maybe a great singer, but their voice is very gruff and the story they tell is very meaningful. The sacrifice that they've made is like living this life to get them to this point where they can sing that song, write that song, have ethos when they say those words, And there's sacrifice and stuff that goes into that. When you paint a painting, it was so crazy to me as a kid hearing how long it took some of those masters to create those huge works. People that were working on that for like 2 years. I got anxiety as a kid being like, what if somebody was walking by and they spilled an orange juice? You've been at this for 3 years and some dumb kid just trips and blah.
Oh man. How many masterworks are we missing because of the orange juice?
Again, going back to the babies, right, Green Bam? They know what they did.
I mean, the one thing that really strikes me is the school is an arts and technology magnet.
And what is AI but an arts and technology magnet? It just draws them all in.
It's the cross-section of arts and technology, and we're not even, look, all this to say, it felt like I should make my art today. I don't think I'm changing anything. I haven't fooled myself into thinking I have some significance, right? But what am I doing here, So I'm going to make a poppy. I have a way that I know to make a poppy. I also have an idea for a poppy that I've never tried out, so I'm going to attempt that after I make the poppy I've made before.
Platonic poppy.
Yes, essentially. So I'm going to make that and see how it goes. So come along with me on this journey. Maybe it will be an immense failure, but it will have been a real human making real art. And, yes, exactly.
Known fun fact, the Sistine Chapel took so long because really wild orange juice spills.
They spilled on the ceiling.
It was one of those like
the old orange juice geysers.
It was a guy making a pot of marinara sauce.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those big pots. He's walking into the Sistine Chapel with
the
full
cathedral.
pot because he's about to serve lunch for Michelangelo and the team.
Full pot.
Because he had a team. I think he was just in there alone. Heck no. He's got the full pot. He sees the Sistine Chapel for the first time. He's so stunned, he drops the full pot of marinara. And when you like drop a pot, the sploosh goes like straight up. Bloosh.
That's why they had to paint the clothes on all the angels.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, well, now we got these awkward stains.
And exactly, Roki, it stains bad. It stains so bad. It's like acidic, makes it a little yellowish.
On this Memorial Day, we will remember that.
That guy who dropped that tureen of marinara, splashing so high as to douse the Sistine Chapel. I've never been in the Sistine Chapel. How high is it? It's probably really high, right?
I mean, it's a cathedral, so probably
that's like
pretty,
a whole cathedral
high.
Thing. Both for the acoustics and also just for the majesty.
Yes. Anyway, and let's one more time shout out Green Bam. I spoke it, but now I'm putting it out there. Follow Green Bam this week on Thursday. Green Bam, you can feel free to talk about what you're going to stream. on Thursday
I don't know.
because
I don't know what Green Bam's gonna stream. I'm curious.
He made a post in the Discord.
Ooh, I
We've
haven't
been
seen
Smile Chat.
I haven't seen it.
I want to give Green Bam a chance to talk about it because I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna mess it up, Green Bam. It's not my thing.
Mog.
Hey, Mog, wholesomest balloon artist on Twitch. Yes,
let me
all those other
find-
balloon artists on Twitch are real dirtbags. To get the marinara sauce, it must have been a banana slip involved. Yeah, it was a real Hail Mary, full of sauce. Why do I? Because I can't not. All right, here we go. Making a pappy.
Would you like me to just read Green Bam's post?
Sure, Mr.
Did
Sharp.
you-
That would be
Green Bam,
lovely.
I'll read the post, and then if there's anything you want to
To
add,
clarify, you're welcome to do that.
then we can do that. Let's see. Green Bam has been meaning to post and forgetting repeatedly, but this coming Thursday makes 5 years since the beginning of the 2020 uprisings in Seattle. Green Bam is choosing that date to start a big long stream series of streams, long stream / series of streams, to all of the DJ LRAD protest / music videos. Is that DJ LRAD? DJ Larad?
This is a problem with reading written things out loud. You're
DJ
like,
LRAD. Protest / music videos from then and some of the more recent material. Talk about the events and players from 2020, what's happened since then in every city, etc., including whatever people who show up in chat have been seeing in their own cities. Maybe interesting for y'all, maybe engaging, maybe both at the same time. Interesting and engaging?
yes.
They've said it couldn't be done.
LRAD,
yet, so we
long-range
keep trying.
audio device, a nasty device that cops use to break our ears.
No, okay, I do know those.
during protests.
I do. I've seen videos of those. They are weird to see, and yeah, that's
Yeah, so Green Mem has also posted a message in chat here. It sounds awesome, friends.
So 5 p.m. Pacific on
Thursday.
Excellent.
Which, I'm also doing something on Thursday, I should mention. Thursday the 29th at 10 a.m., so not conflicting with Green Bam. But I will be guest starring, a guest appearance on 9.5 stream. She will be teaching me how to crochet. Can you teach an old balloon dog new tricks? Is the question. I hope the answer is yes.
And so that's during
Yes, you
9's
can.
stream time, right?
Yes. 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah, I know. No conflict, Green Bam. Boo. Green Bam likes conflict. Obviously.
Yeah, probably too early to raid over to Green Bam. I don't think we'll be going that
Yeah,
long.
we won't be going until
I
5
mean,
p.m.
If we
but-
are, it's probably like a good thing. Probably because like the stream just went so incredible, we just can't stop. We're in the middle of a level 79 hype train.
Yes, probably.
That would be the only reason you were still going though.
Look, it would be
I'm
up to
not
9.
saying it's going to happen. I'm saying let's hypothesize. Why would this?
What you're saying is let's plan for that.
I'm saying if we are here, what are the events that led to their level 79 hype train?
Gotcha. Mog, you're absolutely right. Lots of knots. Clown tall, yes. I think that I have seen some people crochet with uninflated balloons. I've seen like some of the, I want to say, Crystal Yee's uninflated competition piece this year was crochet. Oh no, hers was she did the cross stitch this year. Did she do it last year, the crochet? Anyway, I've seen some amazing work, and I think it would be really
Did you say
cool.
this year was cross stitch?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. She made a fabric of uninflated balloons, and then I took a picture of it. I don't think I shared it,
Interesting.
but yeah, it's very
Yeah,
cool.
that's one of the
Uninflated for
categories.
sure.
It's one of the categories in Twist and Shout. And again, going back to the question of like what is art and how we judge and assess art, I think the uninflated thing is so interesting because people started using it in like the regular sculptures, right? And then people were like, I don't know how to judge this. This is balloons and it is art, but it's not the balloon art that we call balloon art. So what did we call it? And so then you just have to say, well, it's its own thing. Uninflated balloon art. And those things are interesting and unique and just artwork's made of a medium like any other. You know, it has its own properties and principles.
And it lasts a lot longer.
It lasts a lot longer, that's for sure. Mog, there was controversy in the balloon art community.
Oh, Mog. Look, there's going to be controversy within any community, right? Like, the clowns and balloon artists are not immune to factions forming and strong opinions being held. Can you just start drawing on the balloons, paying on the balloons? Or can you? I do that a lot. And it is somewhat, to some folks, scandalous.
I would say pretty much all of the competition pieces that you'll see.
Competition
in this day
pieces
and
are
age.
usually going to be mostly the balloon itself, because that medium is what you're competing with. But
Do they not do any marker work or anything to?
I'm sure some people do
Some
marker
people
work.
do.
I haven't.
That
I don't
doesn't
recall.
that doesn't strike me as much as part of the debate that I've heard at all, aside from that one Facebook post. You know, where there's one guy,
There's one
who's
person
like,
who was like, all these people drawing on balloons, that's cheating. I'm like,
it's
sure,
not
then I
cheating
guess
if
I'm
there are no
cheating.
rules.
Also, I'm not entering them in competitions.
If there's a competition has rules. If it's just art, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, I guess I'm competing for eyeballs. It's like a thing you could say.
Oh, Colin Talley, did you see Chris Lee's
Yes.
unplated stuff?
Yeah. Tolly was at Twist and Shout. I don't know if you were here earlier. You probably weren't, because it was when I was working on the dress. Tolly came in to
Oh, yeah?
chat. Clown Tolly is the one who made the clown dress out of balloons with like the plaid.
Right.
Oh my gosh. It was gorgeous. It was what was so impressive about that dress, and like there were many impressive creations.
Of course.
It was such a faithful recreation of an actual physical fabric dress that, of course, she was able to wear the day. Very smart. Wore the dress the day before the dress competition, so that when it came down the runway, if you had seen Tolly around on the convention floor, you were like,
oh, it's that thing that I
Mhm.
saw earlier.
Yeah, Ryoki. Gorgeous. It was fantastic. Tolly, do you have a link to an image of the dress?
Yeah, that's what
If
I was
you
about to say.
do-
Or video, we can permit you.
Let us know, because if you share the link in chat, it'll just say, no, you can't do that. So if you give us heads up, we'll give you a permit so you can share the link.
Or if you share it and it gets struck,
Yeah, wasn't it-
stricken, then I'll just put the
Wasn't
link in
it
there.
gorgeous, Chris? Yeah. The dresses are always one of my favorite.
And you
favorite
don't have
parts.
to if you don't want to, but
Yeah,
If,
but-
if you'd like to share it, off, we'd
Yay,
love to see
please
it.
do. So let us know when you're ready to copy and paste it, and we will give you a permit.
Origami is quite old, but as a medium, a lot of the current techniques are very modern. Paper crumpling, etc.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's cool. Yeah,
That is
that's
true, yeah,
that's an
and
interesting
that's-
thing to think about because
It's
like
a part of it where like art forms do evolve, and I understand that that's part of the conversation around AI as well. Okay, I've recently realized that I'm very much in an echo chamber
yeah,
of artists.
Right.
You know, who are the people that I follow on social media? Who are the people I talk to about this? Artists,
independent
performers,
and not just artists, but independent, like solo artists, not like people working in corporations doing like more like art as a method for advancing the corporate good.
battlefield.
Art is a battlefield.
Art is a battlefield. But like, also I don't think that it's going anywhere. I think all of the Cassandraing we want to do, it's coming.
Right.
It's here. And the vast majority of the human population is optimistically curious and intrigued.
There was this. There's a moment that's been banging around in my head ever since it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 2-3 days ago, our son is watching YouTube video in a series that he likes that I'm of mixed feelings about, called Stay Wild. Stay Wild are these like two
bros
doing dumb stuff, I think is,
yeah.
of that kind of genre of like, like they used to be more idiot challenges and now they're just kind of idiots. Like they just kind of do stuff.
Professional idiot.
But the video that he picked out to watch was like people who have too much time on their hands or something.
Right.
And so it's just the two guys from the channel commenting on these people doing esoteric and random talents, or like the type of talents. This is also where he got the idea for the napkin or the tablecloth pull. You all know the tablecloth pull, quote unquote magic trick where you yank the tablecloth
and
out
everything
from under.
stays perfectly on the table.
Oh, I did not like seeing that. Because I'm like, I know what
See in his head,
now.
he's like,
I
so
didn't
this
know
is a
you
thing
could.
we can do.
I didn't know you could do this. So you yank the tablecloth out and everything on the table stays? Well,
Basden, I look like your boss. Get back to work. Oh, wait. It's Memorial Day. You have the day off. Relax. Super Strange question. Do helium balloons work different from air balloons? Yeah, Mog. The balloons are the same. The latex balloons are the same. But it's the gas that fills them that is different. Cylinder balloons will not float with helium, and helium molecules are smaller than air molecules, and so they escape out of the latex faster. So they have a shorter life. Helium, there's a bit of a helium shortage on the planet right now, so that's why maybe you don't see as many helium balloons. Mostly what people see with balloon decor these days is called organic balloon sculpture, which is just, the clusters of balloons in all many different sizes gathered together. That's what's in vogue. And it's so funny because I've been in the balloon industry and saw the rise of that style. I shall, Chaos Child. Thank you. Excellent suggestion.
And now there's like a salon or something that opens near us, and their doorway was like ringed with this beautiful organic garland for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still up. And so now it's ringed by like real. It actually still looks pretty cool. And as
that's the thing about organic.
As a connoisseur of decaying art, I'm always a fan of a little bit of falling apart.
Did we get the link?
We got the link.
Fantastic.
Clown, I'm sorry that it timed you out, but I can just copy and paste it here. And no worries.
Hi, Sylphine. How are you?
Okay, so we have a link for Clown. Let me finish my Stay Wild story here.
Sure, yeah.
So this is people doing activities with too much time on their hands. And one of them is a video of a person doing claymation. So like a time lapse,
stop motion.
They're doing stop motion animation, but there's a time lapse video of them doing it.
Yeah.
So like, tweaking
all of
it,
the work it takes,
stepping back, tweaking it, stepping back. The super laborious process of animating a claymation thing. And one of the guys, Ben, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is really cool. This guy's doing this like cool animation thing." And then the other guy, Cam, who is by far the stupider of the two.
And he leans into it.
It's his character. In some ways, it makes him more likable. But in this moment, it did not. He's like, "Yeah, what a waste of time. I could just get AI to do that." And it was like, "Oh, no." He's like, "Well, I don't understand why this guy would do this for so long. Here, look." And then he does like, they put up like an AI claymation cam, and like it does like a little wave or something.
AI could be amazing.
Oh, but it hurt to see because it's like, this is what people think.
Yeah. This is
what normal people think. And I can't disagree with Cam in that sense that like, why would you spend however many hours it would take
weeks,
to animate a claymation figure of yourself waving, But at the same time, in Cameron's assessment, any claymation art is a waste of time. But then where does the AI get it from? AI feeds off of real artists. And so at a certain point, there has to be real people doing real art. But it's just not reasonable to do real art anymore because You could just look at that and be like, why would I spend all those hours when I can get AI to do it for me? And it hurt.
Maybe this
It
will
hurt
be
me to hear Cameron say that.
in my day.
It really
us,
felt like that.
There's going to be a lot of that.
It really felt like that.
We're in our mid 40s now. It's not going to get better, but I don't know if any of you, if you follow me on Instagram, a friend of mine, Scott Neary, posted a reel.
Can we play that? That was so
Oh
nice.
yeah, we can. But let's look at
Yeah.
Clown Tolly's dress
Yeah.
first because I don't want that
That
to
was
slip
such a
out of.
nice reel, though.
It really was. It was pretty cool. Okay. I will accept. Oh no, we'll manage the cookies. Jeez.
Well, we find a balance like music and electronic instruments. You know, I think so because again, the question is like, what is art?
We'll get there, friends.
what
We'll
part of
figure
the
it out.
You know, we have a friend who is a digital animator. He works making films for a major animation company, and he was talking about how they want him to integrate AI into his process. And he's like kind of against it, but then he was also talking about tools that he's had to learn and incorporate and use that make the process faster.
Look at the, hang on real quick. Oops, I'm dragging the thing that should definitely be locked. This is Tolly's dress. Tolly is a, as you can probably tell, a clown from the Netherlands. And just an amazing human being, a sweet, kind soul, as most balloon artists are, most. And this is her plaid balloon dress. I'm going to zoom in on the plaid section here so you can see. You've seen me weave balloons before. It's an intensive process. Now, that's the beautiful thing about making a physical craft, like a thing that exists in the world, is it's like, well, AI can't yet do that. But look at this. The buttons are balloons. The ruffle down the side, I don't know if I can highlight it because I can't show my cursor, but the ruffles that kind of go down like where you would say like the the suspender kind of area right down the front, that ruffle is made from glued together uninflated balloon. Everything is, even that the bracelet on her wrist. It's really such a labor of love and such an amazing piece. So really impressive, Tolly. And look at her clown shoes. Her clown shoes are maybe my favorite that I've ever seen. The best. Oh, I would wear those like regular shoes. I would wear those just to go to the grocery store. Gorgeous work. Tolly, you're amazing. Yes, Green Bam! Serve the libraries, and we will see you on Thursday. Yeah, look, I have no doubt that...
The hungry people demand libraries.
Libraries. Little ones, free ones! I have no doubt that this conversation will continue to evolve. I don't think being a purist and a pure hater is going to win me any points. So I think that there is use for AI in society. I think when the person who decides that use is an oligarch is when we are in trouble. And we're a little bit in trouble right now.
Yeah, as Mog, as you say, it's the same with any kind of new and highly disruptive technology. Inequality always increases before it's reined in. And I think that is the general oscillation. The question is how much inequality increasing happens and how much reining in happens. And it's not always that you get an equal amount, you know?
No.
There will be some guardrails put on AI, but also
maybe not in the next 10 years.
Exactly.
Call your senator.
Like there's going to be 10 years
Call
of
your senator
unfettered AI
please.
Training, which will absolutely make AI much, much better.
Yeah.
It's very
like,
good
okay,
for AI.
We realize you may be the twilight of humanity, but we're going to give you a 10-year head start, okay? 10 years. Go. 1, 2. It's basically... Anyway, it's fine.
But you know, as I was saying about our friend who works doing animation.
Mm-hmm.
So when animation was a hand-drawn thing, and they had to draw every single
Hand
cell.
paint each cell. Yeah, crazy.
Was it less art to switch to digital animation, where it is then much easier to replicate each cell? Is that not art now because that's easier?
It is.
Is it?
It's a tool.
What about, all the digital tools that allow for like rigging and modeling of figures in space?
Or like automatic application of light sources, which
Exactly.
some people spent years of their life to get to the point where they can understand how light hits a three-dimensional surface and to replicate that in a simple two-dimensional artwork.
But, is it the art to be able to paint that? Is it the art to know that? Is it the art to know when and how to apply it? Or is the art simply the final product and it doesn't really matter how you got there?
I think that like with those computer programs that apply lighting and all that jazz, someone created that software and they got credit for it and they were paid for it.
Sure.
Hopefully, ideally, I'm sure there have been many people who have, look, humankind, weird. But for the most part, it's a tool that was created and credited and used. AI scrapes and it doesn't credit.
It doesn't credit and it doesn't compensate. It uses the
And when
information.
you deny the value of a thing, it's so weird. On the one hand, they're like, "Look, it's unvaluable," and then when they're told like you need to ask permission to scrape, they're like, "Well, that will make the whole industry not viable."
We
It's
couldn't
like,
pay for it.
then maybe the industry shouldn't be viable.
Right. Or maybe there's somewhere in between completely not viable and being able to take anything you want and profit rampantly from that.
Zarkano, yes, I would be satisfied with my level of care if we could get a Baymax.
Right. And Mog, this is exactly, green screen effects versus what Buster Keaton did.
Mhm.
Practical effects versus CGI effects. What is the art? Is the art simply the final product and the impact it has on people? Also, is the impact the same? When you see CGI animation, it is not the same as seeing a real thing. And I remember as a kid, really, like, I loved the original Star Wars and then couldn't accept the new Star Wars because it was CGI.
Oh,
I was like,
really?
but
The
it doesn't-
CGI that was your problem with it?
Yeah, 100. Well, I mean, look, there are other things,
Look,
but
there
the
were
CGI
issues.
made it all not real. The first one, sure, they're using tricks of the camera to like pull back from these models, to make teeny little models appear like huge spaceships, but also they look like real things to my human eye.
Right.
And the animated stuff doesn't.
It was uncanny, for sure. I remember like animated Jabba being like, he's so much smaller.
Right. And like all the little animated robots that move so smoothly.
Right.
So that doesn't really move like a robot moves, And there's something that is lost. There is something that when it is this digital thing, your brain is able to understand. This isn't quite the same.
An uncanny valley.
Is it financially worth it for a film production company to do it practically just so that you can have that moment of like, oh yeah, that looks like a real thing. Is it worth it? And that's the question
They've
with
said
AI.
no. The answer.
With AI, it's like, is it worth it to do real claymation for your ad that you imagine? Or is it worth it to just do an AI claymation? Real claymation would be painstaking and expensive, and you have to hire Aardman or whoever, like whatever experts in the fields, and they're busy and they would ask for a lot of money.
Because it takes time.
Or you can have just a couple dudes that you hired for this that know how to work AI, who can put a thing together that's close enough,
Look, it's nothing. No conversation that we have here today is going to revolutionize. But I think it's
There's not right
irresponsible not to think about it.
There's not right answers and wrong answers. There's a conversation.
It's going to be a
push
mix,
and a pull.
and progress will win. And when I say progress, I don't mean like, I think people make the mistake of thinking that like progress is always for the better because it always wins. It's like, no, not necessarily.
Humankind never puts technology back in the bag. It's never happened. We've never agreed as a species to shelve something. We sometimes regulate it
with nuclear.
Yeah, like we regulate it or we do our best to control who has access to it. But the thing about knowledge is that it's a permanent disease. As soon as it spreads, it's out there. And you can't say, hey, guys, we all know how to use AI, and we know that AI is a thing, but let's just agree not to use it. Because there's always going to be one dude out there who's like, hey, no one else is using AI. Now's my time to profit.
Everyone's going to use it.
They always will.
Mog, yeah, no, for sure. I actually have a friend, a very close friend of mine from, I would say from college, except I wasn't going to college at the time. It's fine. He is a biologist who specializes in protein folding, right? And he was part of the judging panel. They had this annual competition to try and see which teams model for predictive protein folding, predictive protein construction. Again, I'm not a scientist. Who could come the closest, right? And I remember talking to him. I don't remember the year. I think it was pre-pandemic, just pre-pandemic, where he's like, yeah, no, I was in the room when this new AI model just blew everyone out of the water and like nailed these proteins that, you know, it's a competition. They give you ones, they don't give you the answer because there's so many proteins. And they're like, okay, come as close as you can. And then like one team came out with like perfect answers, and it was AI. It was the first time I'd really heard about AI like having application. And it is wonderful.
For something like that, where this is important work that is very useful and that people are really trying to do this work, to have something that can make the work go faster and that is more accurate is a godsend.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we get to the point where it's able to diagnose diseases and major issues through like, you know, health data, that'll be incredible. That'll be incredible for humanity. Also, one of the problems is that AI is so big that it is hard for a human to ever accurately check it. Because the brilliance of AI is that it takes in more data than a human mind can reasonably hold.
Right. The amount of time it would take to fact check, like if you put in, you're like, give me this AI code. They give you the code. And it's like, wow, that generated it so fast. The amount of time it would take to go through and comb through and make sure that it was right would be about the amount of time you would spend hand coding it. So why not just assume it's right?
Well,
that assumption is where we're going to run into some problems.
Because then you put the code into place and you implement it, and everything's going good until it doesn't. And something goes wrong, and you don't understand why.
Jenny, hello. Jennifer, you're good. We're just yapping about, you know, humans, I guess.
Yes, we wish we could rewind AI a bit too. No, we're just talking philosophy.
We're talking philosophy.
We're talking art philosophy, basically.
We're
technology philosophy.
You know, and also in general, like as we got on this topic because we're talking about, I think power. It's Memorial Day, where, you know, traditionally we remember those who. It sounds every time who gave their lives, who made the ultimate sacrifice. It sounds so like I'm just saying the words, but it's true. People who lost their lives to fight fascism, to fight horrible power structures.
Part of the reason we're where we are today is because people forgot how terrible fascism was and the sacrifices people had to make to stop it. That the reason people say never forget is because It would be really bad if we forgot this.
Oh, and human beings forget.
And we are so forgetful. Rats, you guys, we should write this stuff down.
You know, I mean, I think it must be so bonkers to like people who remember having, I was talking to my father-in-law. Most of the teachers he had in school were World War II veterans. Like you knew people who had seen firsthand the effects of the worst side of humanity, the darkest side of humanity, and so were very motivated to educate the young people that they ran into about the evils of fascism, the dangers of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just kept drifting away from it and underfunding public education and
like you were saying, we honor those that made the ultimate sacrifice. It goes from a meaningful phrase to a cliche.
Yeah.
And people are raised hearing it as a cliche. And
so they roll their eyes.
And they're like, yeah, it's so corny. Oh my God. Everyone's talking about how bad that was. Oh my gosh, get over it. And then that impulse is what leads them to start engaging with the philosophies again. And the thing is that fascism at the start doesn't look like fascism at the end point. And the starting points can be very compelling and intriguing to a person who views current society as like boring or square or slow.
Or people who are rightfully angry and
sure
and feel very left behind and feel like the system isn't working for them. But the mistake they make is saying, well, the system is also all those things that I'm uncomfortable with. And no one wants to take the time to, well, not no one, but a lot of people, critical thinking was not hammered into them as much. And I guess we've all got to learn the hard way, and this might be the beginning of the hard way.
The old cliche is those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. And as a younger person, it's very fun to like point out all the inaccuracies of that. It's like, no, it's different all the time. This has never happened before. We're unique. And then as soon as you pull out, and you can really see these like cycles that kind of like last as long as like an old person's
like
life,
generations,
like an 80-year time span, something like that, where cycles of fascism or of authoritarian control come into fashion and ebb from fashion, and come into fashion and ebb from fashion, because we forget about it. And so all of these like weird laws and rules you learn about in civics that seem so corny. Separation of powers. Oh my God, what's the point? It's just slowing things down. We elected the president. The president should be able to just do stuff. Jeez. So corny. Like, well, actually, the reason you have separation of powers is because if you don't, then one of them can use the office to enrich themselves. And then there's no one to stop them from doing that. So it'd be good if we separated these powers. Say, balance them in some way. Check them in some way.
In some way.
Let's see. There've been some good comments. Let me see if I can find a few. Mog, there's one of yours that I liked. I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah. Mog said we run into this problem in finance a lot. The AA model is by definition a black box model with undocumented assumptions and rationales. So it says this is the right choice.
Way.
Do it. And you're like, okay. And if you do it that way, then there's a good chance that will work out because it's being based on more data than you can possibly calculate.
I mean, 9,999 times maybe it'll be right.
Right. But what happens in that last instance?
Ask Klarna.
Yeah. Then there's this company Klarna recently that had like $41 billion in losses. Million. A lot of money. They lost a lot of money making financial choices based on their AI modeling. And so they went back to using humans. Although my guess is they're doing more of a hybrid. That they're
probably
still
just
using
overseeing
AI.
the decisions a little more closely.
I think ultimately,
as my friend was saying, he's like, it's like we went from horse and buggy to like 80 miles an hour capable vehicles, but we haven't invented seatbelts
right.
or airbags or rules of the road.
We're still doing horse and buggy stuff while people are screaming around at 80 miles an hour.
So, good luck to us all.
It's like comparing donkeys to Mercedes.
Yeah. It's like donkeys to Mercedes.
Oh, okay, so yeah, quite a convo. We're hammering it all out.
I know. We're philosopher clowns today.
Yes. I think the thing is that Memorial Day is for anti-fascists. It just brought out the thoughtful side of us. And
here's the thing. We mostly don't talk about this kind of stuff on stream because, as I said, we're in an age of unprecedented existential dread and anxiety, and I think that there is a real desire and a need for human-made levity and creativity, and that is all I have spent my life making myself an engine for, intentional or not, and so this is what I do. However, in this age, it would be irresponsible not to, this is what remembrance holidays are for.
right.
Is to remember
To
and
remember
reflect.
these things.
And I know that it's not like, remember the struggle of AI. That's not literally what they're saying, but yes, power struggles, yes, those who died to make a better world, and again, specifically fighting superpowers and
in a larger sense, it's the sacrifice of the individual for the greater good, and particularly against the a system claiming efficiency, a system claiming this is the right way and the efficient way to do things, and sure, it's anti-human, but it is much more efficient. And that's a philosophy that we've heard thrown out many
it's
times.
so much cheaper and faster and easier.
And a lot of the time that's true. A lot of the time it is.
Not saying it's not.
And what do we lose in that? We're at a time of greater wealth inequality than more or less ever before in American history.
And there have been some impressive levels of inequality before
pretty
this.
unequal wealths, some pretty gilded ages. And so, at a certain point you say, well, AI makes life better. For whom and to what extent? And where is this leading us? And I wish I had an answer, but
look, I think there's absolutely a lot of in a utopian society, if only we had managed to get our acts together before developing AI capabilities.
Yes.
If only we were able to distribute the benefits that humans, because they don't have to spend as much time generating code and writing emails and whatever. Look, I don't know. I'm not I don't have a real world job, but real world jobs. Then humans could spend more time focusing on the things that human ingenuity can do, like, I don't know, saving the planet, like making art, like raising children,
like chilling,
like enjoying life for the beautiful miracle it is,
like just hanging out with your family, grilling, watching a sunset that's a literal sunset, not a metaphorical sunset.
Enjoy the Götterdämmerung.
Mog, that's a great point also. JP Morgan, the man that saved America from the bank run, peaked at something like 1.4 billion in inflation-adjusted wealth, and Elon Musk is at something like 300 times that. We were reading about the Getty Center, this amazing
J. Paul Getty
achievement that J. Paul Getty, a billionaire, bequeathed to us, the city of Los Angeles.
The people.
It must be free.
It's this huge, amazing, facility, and it is wonderful.
He was the richest man in the world at the time, and
he used 1/10 of his fortune to fund this project.
And even still,
his wealth
is
dwarfed.
so fractional. And this wasn't that long ago. It was like the 1970s that he started putting this into process. Since the 1970s, it's his wealth now wouldn't
And look,
put
no
him in the
ethical
top
billionaires,
100.
okay?
No ethical
I don't
billionaires.
think J. Paul Getty was a
No,
good guy.
Not at all. Thank you for your
He
museum.
made a choice at the end of his life,
Exactly.
which...
The classic like billionaires gamble of like,
How
I'm
will
gonna
I be
spend
remembered?
my life being terrible, and in the end, I'm going to put my name on a few things, so that all future generations know. It's like, hey, thank you for this
Carnegie Hall, exactly.
This Carnegie Mellon University. Thank you, Mr. Carnegie.
These
You must be
things.
great.
What a good guy. Spoiler alert, not always
Not always a good guy.
Hashtag yes, all billionaires. But, you know.
So, yeah, no, it's more unequal than that. And when those guys try not to let it overwhelm you. Yes, this is the activist's burden is that as soon as you start seeing iniquities in the world, you ask the question, okay, well, this is unequal. Why is that? Oh, because of this, and also because of this, and then furthermore, there's this, and there are also these people that are being oppressed, and these people that are facing injustice, and these people that are under attack.
You are one person.
You're one person. You can only do so much, and it doesn't mean that all of these aren't issues. It doesn't mean that any one issue isn't emergency level worthy. You know, there are people dying in multiple places in the world. There's sadness all over. Which is the one that you choose to put your time into? And the answer is actually surprisingly easy. What can you control? Tends to be the answer. Don't worry about everything. Worry about like what is your particular sphere of influence? What platforms do you have?
What choices do you make?
What choices do you make? What needles do you have the ability to push? And you can't do it all. It's unreasonable to think that you could. And yet, it is hard not to feel it all. With access to more information, it's access to more different things that you think are important and worthy of your time, because they probably are. What is it more worthy to fight for the rights of one beleaguered group or the rights of another group? The answer is both. Like both groups probably deserve to have their rights fought for. And yeah,
you have your mental health and your families and your work and your daily life to consider always. We would never, it's complicated. And we're not going to find the answer. I hope no one's tuning in because they're like, oh, well, they've figured it out. I am a glorified birthday clown, friend.
There are no right answers. There's only the attempt to be ethical constantly, which again is a burden and a darn hassle. And it stinks.
Maybe this is our art, Art requires sacrifice. This mental burden is our sacrifice.
Part of the sacrifice you make is living ethically. And then it feels better for me to support artists who I view as living ethically. I consume their art in a different way. A lot of the time we feel like, oh, we got to separate the art from the artist. And when that conversation happens, usually we're talking about people that have done terrible things. And you're like, is it okay to still like this guy's art, even though he's a known terrible person? It's usually a guy.
It's usually a guy.
But also, we don't spend as much talking about, do you like art better because you know the person lives a good life? And that is a part of it. Like, a lot of the time, the rock star you like is the rock star you like because they seem cool to you. The way they're living their life is cool. And maybe not ethical, but like in a way that you like enjoy or think is cool.
We're basically we're philosophy clowns. Is what we are.
I like to think that the people that like us in part do, because we can be more thoughtful, or at least they know where we're coming from ethically.
Yeah.
And it feels better to them to know that, like, oh yeah, they're doing their best, as incomplete as that might be. I assure you we're doing our best. I also assure you it's
not that great.
Not that great. Wish it could be better.
Okay, so my general idea here is an X weave, where I slowly am increasing. Because the thing about I love this balloon poppy. I think it's a gorgeous design, not my design, but I think that it's part of the problem is the petals are pretty short, and because they're balloons, they're chubby. Poppies, look, no flower petal is chubby, but they have very like papery texture flowers. They're almost like the petals are like crepey, like they're very very flat and to the point where they like kind of crimp on themselves. So I'm just trying to see if I can kind of get close to the shape or the texture of the petal, and I'm not convinced. I've already I'm looking at this and going, this might not be it. But again, I'm just experimenting with my art while we talk about life, and I'm glad you're here. Sorry, I'm not personally reading chat as much because I'm trying to focus on this. But that's why we got Mr. Sharp here.
Iggy brought Cheeky in, but the views kept them here.
Oh, Cheeky. You know what? Iggy is our ambassador.
Trek Nerd, things move generally in the right direction. We humans are bad at avoiding potholes that we keep running over. Yeah, and we're usually good at still going after that. But then the constant
and there
fear
are
is that,
always pendulum swings.
Will there be a pothole that we cannot recover from as a race? Sure, that's a possibility. Or more likely, will there be a pothole that you or I cannot recover from individually? Because the thing about humanity is it is a churn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a numbers game, and all of the individuals get left behind in favor of the churn of the group.
And progress. See, I think I want the next row to be 260. Actually, probably should have done the row right above as 260, so I might see if I can do that.
People who enjoy making others laugh are often some of the most insightful people, though. You have to be thoughtful and reflective to know how to connect to other humans in a humorous way.
Which may be why AI is so bad at humor. Thank you for the
actually a great point.
Thank you for the hydrate. I mean, honestly, when we're talking about AI replacing art, they're replacing a lot of visual art, and they're replacing a lot of blog post type writing. But it's not great at humor. Yet I realize we're so early in this game, and that 10 years down the line, an exponential evolution.
It probably will be able to come up with comedy that works.
It makes me feel good about my choice to focus on live, in-person art and comedy. I think that's something that I don't regret now, or do I regret it? I don't know. Maybe I should have regretted not going into computers.
It'll come up with generic comedy, just like it comes up with generic art. Exactly, Casey.
It'll be copy and paste. It'll be taking a George Carlin joke and replacing the noun or whatever it is.
This is a stupid job that I had, but I used to write fantasy football team names. And it's mostly just dumb puns based on the name of the team or, the best player and a current cliched phrase or,
or super out of date cliched phrase.
Yeah. But so my boss toward the end was like, hey, why don't you try using AI to see if you can come up with it? And the AI names, it's not that it's bad comedy. It's that it doesn't actually understand what comedy is.
Right. It's
so it can do
at
alliteration.
Comedy and saying, yes, these things start with the same letter, so it must be a joke.
So it's
well,
okay, Vikings fantasy football team names. The Vicious Vikings. They both start with V. That's not really a joke. It's not comedy that a person would ever laugh at, The Victorious Vikings. It's you're just doing... Right. And puns can sometimes be that way. Puns are, in a sense, a little bit mathematical. You have this word part that sounds like this, which can be replaced for other certain word parts.
And look, that AI will probably be pretty good at making puns, but not ones that have yet a second layer of meaning.
Exactly.
Oh, and a stretch. K-pop. Thank you. I should do the stretch. We'll do that. Let's do it. I need to.
Because ultimately, AI is backwards looking. AI can only look at the things that
showing
have
us what we've
existed
already done.
and create a pastiche of those things. Slop is such a great word for AI because what it is the tiny little chunks of previous food mashed all together and then served to you as though it was an edible thing. It cannot look forward. It can be predictive in that it can use data from the past and make its best guess based on past data. But prognostication is never exactly based on the past because factors are always changing no matter what. And sometimes it hews very closely to the past and sometimes it changes. And so if you have a thing that can only look backwards, it's very hard to do something like, say, people have probably heard all of these jokes before, so I have to generate a joke that someone has never heard about a new topic, but that still relates to humans in an understandable way, that has enough of that abstract leap to delight the person and confuse them just a little, but not so much to confuse them so much that they don't understand, which is the basic math of like making a joke, more or less.
He's cracked it.
Yeah. Now all you got to do is do it. And so AI can't do that forward-looking projection yet.
Yeah, how will the Zoomers use AI? That is interesting because it's not me who's going to be on the cutting edge of implementing this new technology. So, and I just hope this is why it's so important to raise children with intention and love and communicating values. And no one has the time to do that because we're all slaves to the machine. Oh, boy.
Right, and maybe we'll have more time because the machines will free up a lot of the...
Again, in an ideal world,
Yeah.
Yes. But really, the actual world, I think, will probably see a lot of parents spending all their time looking for new work. Because it's not like they won't have to still buy things and the prices of things will go up because it's not like, oh, our costs have decreased because we're using AI. Let's decrease the price of our products.
Yeah, not a move businesses tend to make.
They don't do it. If they can see that they can get that money out of you, they're like, well, the demand, so now we'll just keep it at that price. They never bring it down. No, there's never rents don't go down. They just don't increase at such a remarkable rate for a small period of time. Casey, mwah. I know. Look, they're humans. They have the same desires and the same emotions and brains, and we gotta hope they do the best they can.
No generation has had the same jobs as the last generation. Some of the jobs are the same, but even the jobs that are the same can oftentimes look pretty different. And sure, there are a few jobs that maybe have, like, all right, cutting hair. That job's probably been relatively stable, plus or minus a few, new advents
like
of
styles and technology, yeah.
But for the most part, even when you talk to your parents about, hey, how did you guys do garbage collection? We've always had to collect garbage as long as we've had cities, and yet the way that we do that has changed radically over time. And so the job of garbage collector is a different job. You used to have to be super strong and have a remarkable level of physical endurance to be a garbage collector because you literally had to pick up every single trash can. That's not what that job is anymore. Now you have to be able to operate super heavy machinery effectively and safely because that's what that job is now, using the grabber arm and driving this giant bulky truck down residential neighborhoods, and also waving at children and beeping your horn when they do the toot toot gesture because
super important.
They actually have they chart those metrics, and God help you if you're not honking for kids because you're trying to make up time.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You'll be fired immediately. Casey, well, my plan is to submit to Twitch Con for content. And if they agree to let me do, a community session, an art installation, something semi-similar to what we did last year, then yes, I will be in attendance. And if they say, sorry, not this year, SharpBalloons, then I'll say, back at ya, because it's tricky for me to justify that, the time and travel and money if there's not, but that's where we're at. And I have not yet submitted, and I have therefore not yet heard back from them. I think that the submission deadline is June 9th, and then they'll
Right.
tell you on July 9th if you've been accepted. Casey, how about you? Are you heading to TwitchCon in the Artists Alley area? If so, if we both make it there, I would love to make some time with you. Pick up a Vaquita sticker or something.
I will step out here for just a moment, love.
Okay, babe.
Thank you all for putting up with our
Indulging us.
armchair philosophizing. I hope that, and people made a lot of really good points in the chat, and I'm sorry we didn't acknowledge every single good point that was made. We try to usually, but
Yeah, chat's a part of the conversation. 100%.
you're a part of the conversation. You all are very smart and made a lot of excellent points there. So thank you for joining us. I'll be back just a second.
Real quick. Well, real quick. So we're making an X weave here. No, Casey, honestly, we probably needed a little bit of a reset button. You know what I mean? You love these therapy sessions, Trek Nerd. I mean, I'm pretty reliant on them. I'm grateful to have folks who aren't so turned off by it that they're, they can't stand it. Thank you. Just trying to make an X-weave flower petal. Should I add some more width to it without? Because I think that's part of it is poppy petals. Maybe I should see an image of just a single poppy petal because I haven't done that. They get pretty. Oh, Warner Child for sure. I appreciate it. It's tricky. Trying to keep it Muppet Show PG while talking about what may end up being the demise of humanity. Not exactly PG. But we're happy you're here. Okay. Poppy petal. Images. They do get rather wide. Let me see here. They are, no wonder they're so, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Let's see. Window share. I have too many sources in my OBS. Maybe I'll search it in Firefox. That'll help. Images. Okay, here's an image of I spent most of my time this weekend editing together the Chihuahua and French Bulldog videos. Thanks, everybody who hung out while we made those. Hopefully we'll get those posted soon. I'm hoping next week to get those shared to the YouTube. So that's what a poppy petal looks like. Like, I'm not getting that shape here. I could add more width to it to try and get that. Because I think, again, I don't think that I don't think the weave is the problem. I think it's the width. So maybe, and then everything kind of comes out even further on the edge. That's what it is. That's what I need to do. I wonder if basically need to have it come out like this much more angle. If I add another, let's try it. Let's try it. We'll add, I've got a pre-inflated 160 red. Tying a balloon into a weave always leaves a bit of a mess. Through there. And the same thing on the other side. Okay. I think we can do it. So complex looking. I'm not the best balloon weaver in the world. I think there are some folks who are really just breathtakingly precise about their balloon weaves, and that is, I have much jealousy in my heart. But let's see here. Let's type this here. Ooh, what are these, Mr. Sharp? Coconut date rolls. How decadent.
They actually call them date coconut rolls, but I don't think that's correct. I think they're coconut date rolls. Adjective.
Goodness.
Well,
it's like food processed date.
Because date is also an adjective in this case. Modified roll.
With a little almond on top. Is that that's an almond, right?
Or is the date the noun and the roll is like the verb?
Sure.
Casey Snow, I got those from a little known place called Ralph's. I think they're pretty good. You know who doesn't think they're good is our son.
Who picked them out?
So we go to the grocery store together. I've figured out a system that makes it a doable thing for both of us.
It's bribery.
give him the things that are going to make it interesting for him, which is number one, you let him pick out snacks for school. You let him pick out like a dessert or a tasty treat. And you let him pick out at the end, if he's a good boy, a Hot Wheels. And so what I said, all right, you can pick out a tasty treat. Oh, Casey Snow, that's just our local grocery store.
Yeah.
That would be like the same as it's a Kroger.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're owned by Kroger Foods, and the generic brands they stock are Kroger brand stuff. So
not actually that.
Yeah, if you have a Kroger or an Albertsons, I think is the same. Maybe one or two others are Kroger. The Schnucks Kroger. Anyhow, so I tell him, all right, now keep your eye out. You can pick out a treat. And immediately, he just grabs this coconut date roll thing. I'm like, are you sure that that's what you want? Yes. And I have expected him to change his mind through the course of the shopping trip, but he never did.
Never saw anything else that grabbed his attention.
Well, I don't know. We get home and I give him one and he's like, "What is it?" It's like, dude, you picked it out.
He knows how to read.
He's literate now. There's
can read.
not a word on that package that he could not read if he so chose. It's like, man, you picked this out. He had just recently gotten angry at his Nana because the trail mix that she bought had dried coconut in it. And yet this is what he picked out. A thing covered in dried coconut.
Well, it's a lesson learned. Maybe.
Schnucks is Midwest Kroger. Yeah, so that's Schnucks is in the same family of grocery.
I've never seen a
buddies.
Schnucks.
Schnucks is what they had when I was in Illinois.
Sure.
And then Ralph's is what we have out here. Albertsons, I think, in Colorado.
Does anyone just have like a Kroger? Like the store is called Kroger?
Yeah, I've seen Kroger. Where did I have Kroger's?
Where are Kroger's?
I don't remember. I remember being in towns that had Kroger's, but I don't think I shopped at them. I want to say like Omaha, maybe. Flava has Kroger's.
Ah, okay, but she never shops there.
Texas,
She's
South.
got
it.
She's got the HE buddies.
I would not imagine she spends a lot of time stepping into a Kroger.
Except maybe to peek in and roll her eyes.
Ah, yes, Casey Snow, Colorado has King Supers.
Ah,
which is
King
Kroger.
Super. We have some King Supers
I
out
do remember
here,
King Supers. Warner Child, you live in Cyprus, so no Kroger's for you. What is the chain out there? String cheese here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Kroger's everywhere.
Kroger's as far as the eye can see. But do you also have an HEB? And why is it so much HE better?
And why isn't it more widespread?
Well, but here's the
Why can't
thing.
we
I
get
feel
an
like a
HEB?
lot of companies that do well
Yeah.
are like, let's expand.
Yeah.
And that's when they lose the magic. So I'm starting to like just respect when things are small and they stay small because I'm like, that's probably for the best.
Scorch was able to use their King Supers membership card in a Smith's, which I've never even heard of.
I've never heard of a Smith either.
It's Kroger in Utah.
Ah, okay.
Casey is saying that I think HEB finally made its way to North Texas. Was just a South Texas chain.
Didn't I see? I don't even know.
I think the question is, how able are you to control the factors that made you stand out in the first place?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a
if the
thing that's
factor
very
is
easy.
just the product that you have, then it's a matter of like shipping it out.
Right.
But if the factor is philosophy and like customer service and
Sometimes
you
the
have to
factor is
outsource a lot of
like
that.
one guy. Like
one
in
guy working
Carbondale.
in the kitchen. We're looking at you,
There's a guy
Cupcake.
named Winston the Bagel Man. And that was a business that was reliant on Winston.
cannot outsource the Winston.
Nope. You know, and I think expansion is good if you're able to do it right and create a new location that brings the values and the quality of the old location, or you know, if it's not a location, you know, what have you for a chain, but it's tricky. You should go Pathmark. I never heard of Pathmark.
Oh, Pathmark. I saw when I lived in New Jersey, there was Pathmarks, I believe. I'm going to say maybe one more row of that. Let's try it. In
case you know you had a Food Lion near you. I've heard of Food Lions.
I don't know about Food Lion.
In case he was a kid, they thought it was the best grocery store instead of the best logo.
Hey,
Lion.
as a kid, you know, what else are you judging things based off of? They've got a great mascot.
I remember thinking King Soopers was just so silly because it's Soopers.
Oh, I didn't
King
know that.
Soopers? Oh, boy. Can't be a good grocery store. That's a silly word. Was my attitude as a child.
I definitely do like make a lot of judgments on businesses based on their branding, which is sort of like I ended up eventually justifying it to myself by saying if this is a good product that was managed well, then they would also realize the value in investing in good visual branding. I know that's it's hard to just say like, oh yeah, that's always the way. It's not always the way. Sometimes, and unfortunately, a lot of times it's like companies that put all of their value into something else and don't think about like, they're like, oh, but my niece designed this logo for me, so we're going to keep it. And it's like, but you're not, it's tricky.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Says the woman with like zero branding.
You know, it's funny about the little star that you're wearing on your forehead.
Yeah.
Is that it makes you look like the sweating emoji. The like laughing but sweating emoji.
It's totally. You know what?
Which
That's
is like
what
one
I need.
of your favorite.
I don't
emojis.
need. It is that emoji is me. This the little pimple stickers, the stars. I need pimple stickers with the sweat drop,
Right.
the anime sweat drop, or the anime like angry vein that like pops out of your head.
That's pretty funny.
That's
pretty
on
funny.
brand. They introduced a new emoji that's like the bowing head in you know, either I take it as like resignation, but
Right.
like still smiling, slight smile, closed eyes, head down, turned with like motion lines down. That one is it's working hand in hand with sweat drop smile for me.
Mm-hmm.
I basically am an anime character.
Wait, what precious language nerds K-pop?
Okay.
Orange Child loves that we've gone from fascists to food supermarkets before Walmart even enters the room.
I mean, look, we're ADHD. We can skip around topics all day. That's what you like? Is that what you're into? SharpBalloons, we got it. We got you covered.
Walmart has played their role in our current milieu. Oh, not precious, precocious. Well, both. Although it does, I lose a little bit of credit by misreading it as a language kid. In my defense, I'm a language kid, not a vision kid.
How we doing now? certainly getting a little more of the width. I think if I add...
Cheeky did mention Walmart earlier. Okay.
So, okay, Walmart has entered the chat.
Look, we can't talk about the spread of global oligarchies without talking about Walmart and Apple. And Amazon. Yes, and Amazon.
Yes, and Amazon. Yeah, I think one more, one more out here at least. But I feel like this might be the top of it. Should I do a pinch twist at the top? Probably. Okay, we'll do that. So I need another 160 scrap, which I'll just use this one because it's already here. Tie it here.
Cheeky lives in the home of Walmart. It's always at the forefront of their mind.
The home of Walmart. I didn't realize. Where is the home of Walmart?
Arkansas.
Ah.
And he made it, might as well throw in YouTube. I mean, Meta certainly is one of them, and Alphabet Corporation.
Oh, man. I remember hearing...
YouTube is Alphabet Corporation, right?
YouTube is, YouTube is Google. I remember hearing Google's like, don't be evil. And I was like, yeah!
Oh, man, they're probably going to stick to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to a very interesting podcast series called Rabbit Hole that was about YouTube and the kind of right-wing radicalization pipeline that it had become, and then their efforts to try to fix that while also maintaining the idea that they were like a politically neutral entity. And it's difficult, you know.
You'd say, like, we're deprioritizing these things. Not that we're necessarily against them, but it's just, but like, you know, I think you just at some point got to say, like, yeah, we're against it. It's not the right philosophy.
You know, but also, where do you start drawing the lines? Is it espousing any sort of conservative philosophy, or, you know, it just gets so difficult trying to decide. Because I think we can say, like, okay, censorship, well, that's wrong. But also complete non-censorship of violent and ideologically dangerous things might also be wrong. So
might also be wrong.
You know, and if you are creating a platform that allows evil to thrive, you probably have some obligation.
I'm not evil. I'm platforming evil.
Exactly. To fix that. But what is your obligation, and to what extent, and also how? Also, just how do you do that?
Oh, K-pop, yeah, Cheeky. I hope you are safe from the storms, friends. I hope we're all safe from extreme weather, which is related. La 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 la.
Some nearby roads flooded. Last week was scary, though. 5 tornadoes in your county. Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes. In one day.
One day.
Yowza. Well, I hope.
But I'm sure that, you know.
I hope you had safe shelter and good company.
Climate disaster is not a thing.
It's been a rough few weeks. Luckily, it wasn't storming yesterday for Sophie's grad party. That's good. I hope that was nice. Today, not so much. Try explaining climate change to these hillbillies. Oh, brother.
global warming, then why is it cold and rainy?
Exactly. What do tornadoes have to do with things being warm? It doesn't even make sense.
It's a lot to do with things being warm. Also, we're not even sure how it's affecting tornadoes.
Right.
We're just like, but it clearly is because we see it has gotten so much worse.
In that our climate is largely just the interaction with cold air and hot air and the way that it shifts and moves around. The more those interactions become more extreme and more forced, the more things like tornadoes and hurricanes and other various anomalies will just be part of it. Yay, indeed, Warner.
Yay.
Got another round rolling through today. Yeah. Last week it was freezing because there was no sun.
Tie this. Okay, now. I do pinch twists here. Is anyone here planning on going to TwitchCon? You know, as an exhibitor or an attendee or whatever role you're thinking of playing?
Disruptive performance artist.
Sure.
Whatever,
protesting.
yeah.
I know it's a ways off. I highly recommend applying for Artists Alley. It's free. Like, they won't pay for you to go there, but unless they've changed their policy, but previous years, it has been free, which most comic book conventions, if you want an Artists Alley table or a small press table, you have to pay. So it's pretty nice.
MS Gamer wishes, but doesn't have the visa and passport, so not this year. Maybe soon.
I get it. I would not want to be messing with visas and international travel to the U.S. at this point.
I do not begrudge any international traveler choosing not to come to the U.S. right now.
Oh, Ryoki, same. Same.
Yeah, as usual, we would absolutely love to go, and we're probably going to, assuming that we can find a way to make it
not financially irresponsible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, look, I get it where a lot of artists are like, oh, and I can make money selling things at my Artists Alley table. And like, that's great if you're an artist who creates work that lasts forever and you can sell to people. That's not really what I do. I'm more of a performance artist. I'm an in-the-moment artist, you know? Even though I make physical visual art, it doesn't last forever, and it's hard to be like, you should, you know. It's really more about the moments and the creation and the interaction.
Yeah. Liz wouldn't come to the U.S. either. She's just stuck here. I hear you.
Glitter. It's quite loud right now because I'm like right up by my face and there's so many balloons. Woo! Like that one.
But Ryoki, on the bright side, Ryoki and Turk applied for their first passports, so those are in the works. I, too, got my passport application in. It is in the works. I got an email saying, we got it. It's in the works.
That's a good sign.
I had a positive conversation. And Annie's appointment is on Friday. Fantastic.
Oh, great. Good job, everybody. I I have a passport, but it has expired.
I believe that
Renewal is much easier.
I believe that we can renew it online.
You just have to mail it in and send them a bunch of money.
Yeah. And then for getting mine, and yours may or may not vary, you know, I've been talking to a trans friend about getting theirs, and I think that it's probably a more difficult process for non-cis people. But
Yes.
for me, a cishet white guy who just got to walk in like this country was designed for him.
Which it was.
I needed my ID, my birth certificate, and I needed to fill out the online passport application. And those were the only three things that I needed to do. I needed to bring with me. The guy just checked all the stuff while I was there. Took the picture at the passport office.
Which is a cool new thing. When I got my passport the first time, they did not do that.
Cool new thing at that location. What I would say is check with your location whether or not they do pictures, because some of them, for whatever weird
I wouldn't
archaic
assume
reason,
they do that.
will do like a third-party off-site thing. So check on that. It's weird, but that's one of the wrinkles. And then other than that, all you have to do is pay them $200. So again, your fees and everything may vary, but it was relatively easy. You can start it online. You can make appointments online. And I don't know what your passport office is like if you're in a major city. I would imagine making an appointment is always going to be easier than going to stand in line. They're not particularly well-staffed these days. And the people there are working hard and doing their best. So, have patience, but you're definitely going to be best served by making an appointment.
Thank you, public servants who are working hard,
100%.
even under not ideal circumstances.
Yeah, K-pop and Ryoki used to have to go to the post office for passports, and Ryoki's is in a post office, and ours is actually attached to a post office too. I don't even really know what, like, it's a separate office, but it's in the same building.
I got to see if I can make this in a smarter way. Now that I've made this is like a prototype one, I'm going to see if I can make a second one a little faster. Now that I know what I'm doing.
Also, Liz, that's a good point. $200 is a lot up front, but a passport lasts 10 years.
10 years.
And so really $20 a year, if you frame it that way, not that bad. For the ability to travel internationally.
Mm-hmm.
Not too shabby. About $165 at a post office for you. I got both the ID and the booklet, and I think if you got it without the ID, it was like $165 instead of $195.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured I'd probably be best served by
having the card as well.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe doesn't last as long for children, and applying for a child's passport is also, I think, a little trickier.
Look,
that's our next step.
Do your research. We can only speak to our own experience, obviously, but
it was much easier than I anticipated after I made the appointment. And it required less paperwork and documentation about who I am than I thought.
Who are you anyway? They like look at you. They're like, yeah, I don't think anyone would lie about being you.
Wow. Shots fired.
What, babe? I love you.
For no good reason. The ceasefire broken. Detente.
Hey, babe,
Rupture.
babe. I love you.
Detente. Retaunted.
Recant my detente.
She was taunting me. So we had a detente. But she's recanted her detente and is now retaunting me.
That's right. Wait, what?
What?
Hmm?
Burn. K-pop, exactly. Wow. I'm almost impressed.
Almost impressive. SharpBalloons. Almost impressive.
It's a good username if anyone needs a username.
Almost impressive. Just shy of impressive.
It's pretty good, actually.
Okay, so I'm trying to recreate this weave. I'm going to try and build it sideways as opposed to from the base up. So 2 260s, 2 260s, 2 160s, but one that attaches to a 260 because it's replaced in the weave.
Good fantasy football team name or a band's name, sure.
Almost impressive.
Poppies, of course. The California state flower.
Yes, but not this poppy.
And then the Matilla hot poppy is very popular to the what's that valley called? The
Ojai Valley?
Doesn't it have another name? I guess Shangri-La Valley.
That's the Ojai Valley.
There's no other. There's no other.
We call it Shangri-La because we're like that. I think in like the 30s or 40s there was a movie called The Lost Horizon about finding Shangri-La, and they used that overlook of the Ojai Valley, but it is the Ojai Valley. I'm a valley girl. Okay, so let's see. How am I gonna? This is a little bit of math, and that's my strong suit. So,
all right. Here's my question:
Hmm.
What's the difference between a valley and a canyon and a ravine?
Canyon feels more narrow to me, and ravine they feel narrow. A valley is like a flat area in the middle. You can't build anything. I guess you could build something in a canyon.
So
I feel like a ravine is more like
a valley is a product of two mountains or hills next to each other.
Yeah,
but a canyon
valley
is a product of erosion.
Yes. I feel like canyon is river erosion and ravine same, but like young. I feel like a ravine is like a baby canyon. Like once you get millennia of like erosion and a really big river, then you end up with canyon. But ravine feels like this is where the water runs through and like carved out a spot. But a valley is like a flat expanse.
This tracks with like my emotional understanding of these, the connotative.
There we go. Liz has got you.
There's a low area of land between hills or mountains, typically broader and less steep than a canyon or ravine. Canyon is a deep, narrow valley. Well, now we're using valley.
Yeah, we're using the term within the, but I get you.
Often nearly vertical.
Nearly vertical.
And yes, sides usually formed by river erosion, so we're right about that. A ravine is a narrow, steep-sided valley, smaller and narrower than a canyon, often formed by streams. So that's... I feel like we were right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we were saying.
We pretty much ended up right without,
Canyon is to river what ravine is to stream.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. That's a baby canyon.
Okay, so Warner Child, Death Valley, Laurel Canyon, Death Laurel, new name of your band, based in Death Valley, but keeping alive the Laurel Canyon musical tradition. How about that?
How about it?
Piece of total nonsense. Yeah. Pretty meaningless, wouldn't you say? Oh, bro. Okay.
We have fun.
We have fun. Couldn't think of a ravine place. Chavez Ravine is the popular one here in Los Angeles. That's where Dodger Stadium is. Any other famous ravines?
Famous ravines?
The Italian city of Ravenna.
Oh.
Ravines.
Ravine.
Yeah, I can't think of any other like named ravines.
Well, I think ravines. That's just the thing is they're so small.
Yeah.
They may be named but like things aren't like built in them. You know, I don't think.
Exactly, Muted Star. Okay. But at what point does a stream graduate to a river?
Oh boy, you got to get the right amount of credits.
I think you have to get enough subscribers.
Certain number of average viewers per stream. Hey, you muted. By the way, hello.
And also, hello, Muted Star. Yes.
How are you doing? I realize I'm like standing behind this. Here, I'll move this here because I would still like it up, but
Basically, you can have a ravine in your backyard,
yeah.
like K-pop fan mom does.
Ooh, cool. What about a barranca?
Whoa. Yeah, I don't even know what a barranca is. All I think about is like it with a river. All I know is like with a river, a stream.
It feels
of some
ravine-ish
kind.
to me.
Is it ravine-ish? Who knows what a barranca is? Warner Child just thought of Blanca. Can I be honest with you? I think of Blanca every single time I hear that too.
Never heard of it.
I don't know why, but yes,
we
that
make
is
Blanca
the same thing.
Out of balloons, or was that another? Is Blanca with the orange hair?
Yeah,
We did make a Blanca
the
out of balloons.
green fur, orange hair. Like he's just in this human fighting competition, even though we're all like, you are clearly some sort of mutant animal with electricity powers.
Yeah, like
and
demon
yet we're just
beast.
letting you in this human fighting competition.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
To be fair, these humans do some fairly anatomy-defying things
that's
themselves.
True. That's true.
So Barranca is defined as a narrow, winding river gorge. By the way, what the heck are gorges?
Oh no,
A gorge is a canyon that's just great looking.
gorge.
What was the plateau pun?
Oh, highest form of flattery.
Yes, a plateau. The highest form
And
of flattery.
platitudes.
Platitudes. The highest form of flattery. Ungoy, that's a fair question. I always wondered why they didn't call him Verde.
Sure.
Or at least like Naranja or something.
Right. But it was with a K. But yeah, that is strange. You're right.
And I think he was Brazilian, so maybe that means something different in Portuguese. I don't know.
Sure,
BLAN.
good question.
Yeah, BLANKA in Portuguese might be a different word.
I didn't know Blanca's country of origin. I didn't play a lot of Street
And Muted
Fighter.
Star heard Baraka from Mortal Kombat before anyone mentioned any other
Wait,
fighting
what?
games.
Is there Baraka?
Is Baraka basically just B.A. Baracus?
Wait, what?
I don't know,
I
I'm
never
just
played
checking.
Mortal Kombat either. Okay, so let's see here, Shana. You got that?
Baraka is not basically B.A. Baracus.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Which is the other thing that I think of when I see the word Barranca. You know, when you're walking,
Sure. Oh, B.A. Baracus.
I think of B.A. Baracus from the A-Team, Mr. T. But Baraka from Mortal Kombat is a real gross-looking dude.
Gross-looking dude.
Kind of more like goblinish in appearance.
Ooh.
Bald, pointy ears, huge fangs.
Okay.
Now, to be fair, I don't know what Blanca looks like shaved, and it could be that.
Did we just uncover
Blanca
a video
shaved as
game
Baraka.
conspiracy?
You know, he didn't want to face retaliation from his bosses at Street Fighter for, you know, working for the
Yeah, he
competition.
did sign a non-compete, so it's like you gotta do
So
what
he's
you
like,
can
but
do.
if I shave, they won't recognize it's me.
And Warner Child asking, what's a gully? I feel like the gully, ravine, barranca, these are all stream type. Although, like, is a gully bigger?
A gully.
All I think of is Fern Gully, obviously.
Right. A gully. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Shoot, man.
I know. We're really cracking this conspiracy wide open. They don't want us to talk about this.
You're guessing a gorge has extremely steep sides?
Gorge feels more like canyon to
The
me.
gorge, yeah, exactly. The only gorge I really know is Royal Gorge in Colorado. Crossing
like
Royal
a river gorge. That's a phrase. So I think it's less of a stream and more of a river. You know, maybe the step between canyon and ravine.
Or
is
maybe
gorge.
a gorge is part of a canyon. Like
Ooh, okay.
like a specific chunk of it is a coulee. Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Is a gully
Oh,
like a
boy.
natural ditch. And then the other
It's
thing,
all natural.
you know, a lot of these might be the same thing, but just regional or
Sure.
just, you know, synonyms. Because what was it we were thinking about the other day? Cyclone and typhoon.
Yeah.
Or no,
Hurricane.
hurricane and typhoon.
Hurricane and typhoon. Hey,
Yo,
sorry.
Saurian!
Thank you so 42.
42
It's the
months.
answer to life, the universe, and everything. It's SharpBalloons subscription. P.S. Have you gotten your subscriber gratitude request in the Discord? Oh, friends, do it, please, please, please. I think we had like 20-ish last time I checked. It's pretty good odds because I'm going to make at least 3.
Also, Yosarian, it's good to see you. Hello.
It is good to see you, Yosarian. Thank you so much for being here. Iggy Jam right back at you.
Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado is one of the places in my life where I've been most afraid of heights.
Oh.
It is very high up. It's a bridge that crosses a gorge, hence the name.
So it's not just a clever name.
And like the bridge it's like slats, so you can see through the slats.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like that.
You can see through the slats to your death below.
Yes. It makes it so much easier to imagine how horrible it would be to fall.
Mm.
Great.
Which is really,
Thank you.
you know, that's what I look for in my
This
river
is a form of
crossings.
entertainment that people go to. They take their children. Be like, let us cross this slatted bridge so that we may better contemplate why it is we don't jump from high heights and how horrible it makes us feel when we look down it in our tum-tums.
That weird feeling.
Like Indiana Jones, just don't look at the crocodiles below. Except that this is in Colorado, so they're coloradines.
Yes.
Joke for no one. You're sorry, and they asked you to swap shifts at work, so you don't have to go in until 11 p.m.
Oof.
Ooh. This is
The night
like
shift.
how the other half lives.
1, 2,
Are you-
3, 4, 5.
How are you with like
Do you
staying
like
up late and everything?
Yeah, do you like late shift or are you like, the worst? Cuz frankly, I think I would probably enjoy a late shift thing. I always I remember like being intrigued by the concept of being like a third shift employee, you know.
I did it for a summer. I worked at a hotel and I did the night audit at a hotel.
Were you the night clerk?
I was.
Ooh.
Night is a really cool adjective. We've all agreed that night is
Night.
a really interesting
We all
modifier.
agree that
Clerk,
night is a cool
boring.
adjective.
Night clerk, cool.
Yeah.
Except that the reality is that night clerk is like a normal
Also
clerk, but just with
boring.
less people to talk to. So pretty boring.
Super boring.
And, you know, it feels like the thing where you should have good stories. Night clerk at the hotel. I bet you saw some stuff. I didn't. You know what mostly happened? People were asleep
Oh.
at the hotel. which is a place that people go to almost exclusively
To sleep.
for a place to sleep.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yes. I'm aware there are some other purposes.
Let's see here. This is the weird one. Then this one comes in here.
Nights are usually nice. You just don't like having to go back at the 3 p.m. the next day. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure. Where you're like,
Like-
didn't I just leave this place?
Like anything, if you can get on a schedule and that works for you, cool. If it's like jumbling you up and you have to stay up way later than you're used to, not as
Less
fun.
cool.
Cheese spouse is about to switch to the day shift after 7 years of night shift.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, are you
Are
excited
they?
about
Yeah,
that?
are they stoked? Are you stoked? Or is it one of those like, are you nervous? What's up?
We're going to have to hang out together. Oh, no. And Mr. Kristoff, no 4 rooms action. Almost like just nothing from that matched my experience. To be fair, I was also at like a Super 8 in the middle of Colorado Springs, a fairly large city. It wasn't like I was in...
How old were you?
It was one of my summers home from college. I was probably 19, 20.
All right.
And you also get to
Handsome new
spend
night
weekends
clerk.
together. Again, like the modifier, night. Ooh, night
Nights.
clerk, so cool. No, it's just a dude working at a hotel in the summer when he's home from college.
It's just the least experienced one.
Yeah. The guy who they give the crappy shift to so that the other people that have been there for 7 years can now take a day shift to spend some time with their family.
This 20-year-old doesn't have you have a family, but
K-pop actually did take the cog rail to the bottom of the gorge, yeah. That was fine. I did not mind the cog rail down. I just didn't like crossing the bridge and being in the middle of the ravine, looking down through the slats.
No, I get it. The slats, like being able to see. Yeah, like all those videos of people like walking on those like plexiglass
Don't like it,
bridges
no.
at the edge of a cliff. You're like,
No, thank you.
What if I just didn't though?
Also, I'm a tall person, and
So it looks even further. It looks like a foot further.
it's so my center of gravity is higher than other people's,
Okay.
and so I get more nervous around like shorter railings.
I thought you were gonna say short people. Get nervous around
Them
short
too.
people.
I don't trust them. One I can take when they gang up on you together, though. They can be scrappy. Like you get up to like a railing on a thing, and they're like, "It's fine," and you're like, "Well,
Look, it is.
I carry
also
my weight in
know
my
that
tum
it's-
tum, and it's under my tum tum, so yikes."
I know that I tend to be very reliant on like, well, these people don't want to be sued,
Right.
so it's probably safe.
This is a business that's been in operation for 20 years, and so, in theory, if people were dying every weekend, they
We live in
wouldn't
the
be
modern age with like
in operation.
inspectors and rules and stuff like that.
Well, we
Although,
used to.
do we? We're certainly in a golden age of no supervision and regulation.
You know what I always thought was unnecessary? OSHA. No. Here's the thing. If there wasn't OSHA, then we can count on all the businesses to regulate themselves.
Oh, obviously, that works so well
So-
in every industry.
Everybody's going to be fine.
Do 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 ba ba do ba do ba do.
K-pop, I'm not a fan of heights. I'm not like a, what's the word, acrophobic? I'm not one of those people where it's totally debilitating or like I'm not going to do that. I won't do that. Or, I won't have a panic attack or anything, but I don't like them. And I don't like, as Shana certainly knows, I don't like driving.
Oh yeah, he does not like
like on the
driving at the
side
edge
of
of a
yeah.
cliff on the like those windy mountainside roads.
Do not like it.
Doesn't bother me as much, and I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm like heights sensitive, but I definitely get the tum tum feeling. Like I'm not like immune to the tum tum like the that scene in Vertigo where
Right.
it's like where the camera shifts and like everything stretches and that. Yeah, I get that feeling for surezies.
Warner Child depends on the type of height. Flying doesn't bother me. I've never really had a problem flying. I like looking out the window.
It becomes so academic at that
Yeah.
point where you're like, well,
And something about like I trust the mechanics of the plane, but being on the bridge, my brain can't like trust the bridge. I don't know.
which is interesting because there's
Yeah.
so many more points of failure
Exactly.
on
right?
a complex machine than there are on a bridge.
Which just
But
is
the
there.
human brain is what the human brain is,
right.
and the things that get to it get to it.
Hey, DJ Bill BH.
Hello.
Love from Brazil. We were just talking about Brazil.
Oh, from Brazil.
Well, I wouldn't say we were just talking
we
about
were
Brazil.
talking about Street Fighter, but
Braz-
that's basically
Brazil came up. Somebody said,
Ooh,
they were playing
Faith.
Street Fighter 2 with somebody from Brazil when they saw that the Blanca character was Brazilian, and they're like, "Wait, why's the monster guy got to be from Brazil?"
Yeah, rude. Why can't he be from Monster Island or
right.
something?
Did you, DJ Bill? Did you have a reaction to Blanca? If you even know what we're talking about. Flavor not a fan of heights, but only because her body is highly sensitive to the pull of gravity. Can feel the pull more than a normal person,
Interesting.
like a sixth sense.
No, I mean that. The crazy thing is, you only know what your body experiences. So, like, someone else might experience a sensation more intensely or totally differently than you, and you would have no clue. That's so interesting, Flava.
Also, the weird thing to me is that there are all of these forces acting on us that we cannot perceive,
Mm-hmm.
and we have what we think of as our five senses. But
So
really,
many more
there are
senses.
many more than that. We're just not that attuned to them.
Or we just haven't been raised to think of them as senses,
Right.
like balance, for example,
Time.
temperature. Like, I know they're like, well, that's touch, but it isn't
it?
always touch.
And it's like your internal temperature,
Yeah.
like your body. Like you can feel your
I
body
feel like
getting
I saw somewhere like a list of like a ton of like things
exactly.
that
Like,
were senses that we don't learn as being the five senses when we're in elementary school.
and I have friends who have sworn that they conduct electricity differently than other people.
Really? That's fascinating.
That like watches don't work for them.
Ooh, I have heard of that.
I had a friend in grad school, Erin Bradick, and she was talking to somebody else.
You love
like,
to use people's full name on stream.
well,
Anyway, yes,
to
Erin.
to me, it depends on how relevant it is.
I think it's not that relevant.
Exactly.
Erin.
And so Erin, what are people gonna look her up
It's
and be
okay.
like,
Erin,
I've heard you conduct
tell me about the
electricity."
watches.
When she
So,
would
like,
wear
they
watches,
just-
they would stop.
What?
That like analog watches would just stop working on her.
Digital watch is okay.
I don't know the specifics.
Fascinating. What? See, then, like, what about smartphones? Like, we need to get back in touch and be like, okay, now that no one uses watches anymore,
I don't know.
now that everyone's on the supercomputer in my pocket,
I am certain says watches don't work on me or my sister.
tell me more about this. How
was-
did you discover this? An iPhone? Oh, the Apple Watch. Okay, interesting. Wow. We are space particles. I mean, but we are Warner Child, but yes.
The thing about humans is that we know a lot, but it is a very small portion of all of the knowledge. And that means that we are susceptible to those moments of,
I know everything.
is this mysticism or is this science? Is this my weird guess machine making imaginary guesses, or is this,
Or is this
my
my
ability to
intuition?
perceive? Right.
Showing me something that science has not yet defined. Because that, I mean, like, what we know of, like, the most out there branches of science is so science fiction, is so magic.
Exactly.
You know, and so it's like it's tricky.
What the place where we get in trouble is not with speculation, but is implementation.
Sure.
And I get scared again with not to return to previous subjects.
That's fine.
I get scared with people like Robert Kennedy being in charge of basically a science-based institution.
Yeah.
Because not that everything that he believes is wrong. He believes many things that are correct.
Probably.
He also speculates on a lot of things that are potentially correct or potentially incorrect.
I think the brain is so tricky, especially people who are otherwise. People who have high intelligence quotient and have had their whole lives. They've learned to trust this machine. They're like, this is the machine that gives me all of the right answers. And I think there's not enough skepticism about your own perceived assumptions and you know?
Yeah.
We
And
should all be skeptical about what this thing's telling us.
skepticism is good, and it is
Healthy.
good to
Healthy!
ask questions, and it is irrational to think that institutions have all the answers and can always be trusted over individuals. However, one thing to always keep in mind is extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof.
Sure.
And as such, you cannot start making laws based on these suppositional truths. Wouldn't it be interesting if it worked like this? It would, but I'm not going to start regulating people until I have an idea that that's actually true.
CERN hasn't tried an Apple Watch.
But K-Bot Fanmo says battery-powered watches would die quickly for me. Fitbit, no problem.
Interesting. Flava
Do
can
they
do
use
static
different kind-
electricity shocks to people. And it's not because you rub your feet. It'll just be walking through the store and accidentally, boom, you're just constantly conducting that static electricity. Fascinating.
I think it is unreasonable to think that every human would conduct electricity similarly.
Oh, yeah. Right? What a weird presumption to make.
We're made of different materials. Even the
And
materials we have in
Flava-
common are different.
Flava's made of robot parts. At least part of her.
We also have metals inside of us. Some of us
Some of us
More?
more than others, Flava.
some of us less.
Some of
You
us
know?
less.
And we have
Jay?
electricity inside of us.
Yes, balloon technology. That's really where the forefront of discovery is happening. Cutting edge. Don't cut the balloons with an edge. Let's see here. We're going to go to.
Balloon art
Three.
equals the outer reaches of science. It
Yes.
just blows your mind.
Yep. Take that, quantum physics.
How did the
Riddle
popping
me
go?
this.
Oh, Bunnyco, the popping was great. We cleared a lot of space.
Actually, what we were talking about, this is Liz's idea, and I think it's a great idea. We're thinking about maybe making it like a monthly thing, where like we'll just save up all the balloons. I'm going to generate a lot of garbage here today. Save up all the balloons that we make over the month, and then have like a regular end of month or whatever time of month it happens, Mr. Sharp stream where he goes through and pops all the balloons. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be good. We get to have a little like nostalgia, like a little recapping, a little
Yeah.
bit chatting, and also
Yeah.
he gets the work done.
It also gets the work done.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Can I? I'm trying to show you guys the Instagram reel that my colleague Scott Neary, who's just an amazing, a very incredible performer and juggler, but specifically he's the creator of Booby Trap, which was one of the most successful variety shows, live variety shows in Los Angeles ever. And let's see, home. Can I find my own profile?
He's an artist and performer, but also a guy who is very
He's like
into the business of arts and performance.
and the philosophy behind
Yeah.
a lot of performance, I would say.
So he does his own stuff, but he also does a lot of work putting together shows or
And websites.
coaching, talking with other performers about how do you make this thing that you're good at into
Yeah.
a viable family business.
And he shared a really nice reel on my shared reel. So let me see if I can share that with you all, because I was very touched, quite touched, the thought he put into it. Let me see if I can. Let's try that again, but with sound.
Shana Sharp's artwork is garbage, but not right away. She's a balloon sculptor, so in a few days, after making her thing, the balloon is deflated, and she doesn't seem to care.
Like that there's like an airplane in the background.
To making amazing, incredible sculptures based on wacky ideas.
Your ideas.
They are beautiful, and she puts so much work into them, even though they are temporary. I think this is really important to experience stuff like this, because it shows us that even we can make something important, even if it's not important. We can dedicate ourselves fully and satisfy ourselves to the moment, even though that moment isn't going to last. It makes us feel worthy, and it makes our time feel worth something. Shana Sharp's
My work is garbage. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that was really cool. A nice take, and like also, I appreciate the like the clickbaitiness of it, right? Where you're like, Shana Sharp's work is garbage. Eventually, and it is. Eventually.
Liz, that's our friend Scott Neary.
Yeah. SOCT1TNERY. Scott Neary. He's a very interesting fellow. Very, very interesting.
He probably has a website.
Known quantity. Yeah, I mean, he has a few. But like scottneary.com is probably going to get you there. It's a cool dude, for sure. Flava. Never purposely electrocuted yourself, but you have touched an exposed screw that was on a broken plug while it was plugged in. Why? And you didn't feel any of the shock. Yowza. You just like conduct it differently.
His website is scott.fun.
Ah. SCOT1T.fun.
Scott.fun. That's a good website.
I agree, Bunnyco. I think if I were ever to do a gallery show where I show the zombies alongside photos of the fresh balloons, I would 100% want to install a live sculpture that decayed. What would be great, I was thinking it like I could do like a series where every day that the show is in the gallery, I make the exact same sculpture.
Oh, yeah.
And just every day I go in and like maybe it's a flower and it's in a vase and you have a series of 30 vases.
That's pretty cool.
I think that would look cool.
That's like good performance art too, because what you would do is you'd be twisting it live in the gallery during the day. And so people would get to see all the other pieces, but they'd also get to see the pieces being made each day.
Mm-hmm. Or like a large, like a woven wall, because weaving balloons, they're skinny, so they will kind of shrivel. But like if you just weave each section, then it starts to decay like slowly.
Keep weaving
and so
on
you
it.
have like a progression. I think it'd be so neat. It was on the, it didn't do it on purpose. Well, thank you for not doing it on purpose. But no, I believe you. That's wild. Okay. Let's see here. Where are we at? Gotta do.
Cupcake hates getting zapped with a passion. As do most people.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are anti-zap.
Anti-electrocution is
Like, yeah, please.
fairly common human platform.
Shocking. Shockingly enough, most people are anti-zap.
Yeah. Though we are ourselves conductors of electricity and powered
Space particles.
by electricity.
Stardust. We're amazing. We are miracle machines. Rip that off.
Oh, Warner Child, you say bring on the buzz. You're one of those kids licking 9-volt batteries.
All right, all
I get
right.
it. Ryoki says there's a .fun domain. You need to buy one for your next.
.fun.
Buy one for your brand. Is it buy one for your next brand? No.
I
buy one for
mean,
your brand.
he actually made my website. It needs to be updated, and as soon as I can afford to have him update it, I will. But yeah, my current website, SharpBalloons.com, is a Scott Neary design, and I do really like it. It doesn't really exactly advertise the services that I mostly do these days.
He doesn't have like a signature bit, does he?
Yeah, pancake juggling. And
that would be
backpack
on-
escape is another one. Backpack escape might be great if it's SFW. I mean, just because of the things that he might say. I'm not saying like that. If you can find any of those, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind showing that.
I think I've got a backpack escape here.
I believe there is a small American flag bit, which would be good for Memorial Day. Okay, we're getting there.
There's Scandinavia's backpack escape.
Oh, nice. Hang on, let me see if I can. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put up Scott's backpack escape, and I take no credit for this. This is all Mr. Scott Neary, who is again an incredible juggler and host and variety entertainer in general, and comedian. I know the term backpack escape might be kind of strange. Let's see. I'll turn down my mic so you don't hear all my balloons.
Flipping the pancake. It's important. Don't want one side to burn.
Amazing. Yep, that's the Scott Neary signature backpack escape.
You know, he learned that actually as a child going to school because that's just how he took off his backpack every day in class.
Yeah.
And it took people pointing out to him that was weird for him to realize that it might be a skill.
Might be
True
a
story.
skill. Flavor might have to try that. Richie. Good to see you, Richie.
Hello, my friend.
Okay.
He has excellent balance. This is true. He's
That
hopping
is,
around
that much
on
is certain.
hopping around on one leg, escaping a backpack, flipping a pancake. Holy moly.
Did he flip a pancake?
He did.
Oh, I didn't even see that part.
Well, it's on a griddle on
because
like
he already-
the
he
lower
is-
right hand lower stage right, and so he kind of hops over and just flips it on the
He-
griddle and then hops back.
He had a show that was a cooking show. But it was basically a variety show where he would just do crazy things. But usually he makes a pancake. He has batter and a little hot plate and a frying pan, and he does pancake juggling. It's wild. Richie, we're
And-
making a red poppy, which I know in your neck of the woods is more of an Armistice Day thing, but here in America it's a Memorial Day, and we were talking a little bit about that, just a little bit, and I had an idea for a poppy petal construction, which is taking me way too long, but I don't think this is a totally failed experiment, because I can see. Again, the thing about poppies is I believe they have like at least 4 of these petals.
Mhm.
And so they're super big and they kind of overlap one another, and then there's that center. So I might just, only finish up the second one and call it an interesting experiment, because we're running
I don't know. We can
into
finish
the
it
end.
tomorrow, probably.
Oh, we could. It wouldn't be Memorial Day
It
then.
wouldn't be Memorial Day tomorrow, but we could remember Memorial Day.
We could yes, remembering Memorial Day. That would be an interesting stream title.
These balloons will be your memento mori for Memorial Day.
Yes.
The other fun thing about Scott Neri doing the pancake bit,
Mhm.
I've been in a theater when he does it, and it's a very subtle trick that he plays. He gets the entire audience in a good mood and liking him because the whole place smells like pancakes.
Ooh.
And nobody's mad when they smell pancakes cooking.
Yeah, right? That's nice. That's a nice nostalgic sort of a feeling. That's very interesting, mister. I hadn't thought of that.
It actually is like a subtle.
Sure, no.
Like, nice
we
thing,
we
you
all
know?
we're all very affected by that kind of a thing, by those scents and whatnot, in ways we don't fully yet understand. I don't know if I did this right, but that's fine. That's pretty normal for me. The thing about it being like an organic thing that I'm creating is there's not really a way where I'm like, ugh, it's wrong. It's just not going to exactly match the previous petal, but no 2 flower petals are the same, I would posit.
Might have to have Brenner now.
Ooh,
Breakfast
because
for
of
dinner?
pancakes. Memorial Day Brenner. I like it. I think we're doing the basic butch thing of Memorial Day barbecue.
Richie, is that Flanders Field?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I want to.
I don't have it memorized,
I think
but
it's too
no, yeah,
too
but
sad.
but I appreciate the contribution, Richie.
World War I poetry is like the most brutal.
I mean, for good reason.
Yeah, for good reason. World War I was perhaps the most brutal war. The most brutal war so far. But there was this whole like raft of World War I poetry that came out afterwards that was just I mean, stuff that's still being taught in poetry classes and stuff today because it
It's very
affects you emotionally.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that's right. Real estate agent baking cookies in the or telling you to bake cookies in your kitchen before the open house.
Or The Fallen by Lawrence Binion.
Ah, okay.
Not
Thank you.
Not one of the other ones, but that's a good one too.
Yeah, I like this one for the color that is representative of a poppy, but the construction is not really. If you really critically look at a poppy, it's not the way it comes together. Wow! Aw,
some
Sylphane,
squats.
let's do some squats.
When
Let's
did you
do
teach?
I gotta turn down my volume. Sorry, that was so loud. YouTube, for whatever reason, very quiet. When did you teach? I don't know. When? When did you? Is this a trick question? Let's squat. 1. A 2. A 3. 4. It's very difficult. 5 to do this in overalls.
You recognized it as a
6.
poppy, but didn't want to assume. I mean, that's fair.
7. 8.
Not all balloon
9.
artists have the ability to be as precise.
10.
Shana.
Thank you for the squats and a hydrate flavor. Thank you. There it is behind me.
Some just make flowers. Shana makes poppies. Some just make balloon dogs. Shana makes chihuahuas.
Do you guys want to see the Chihuahua video that I made? Thank you, Tannerim. Thank you. I can show you guys the Chihuahua video, but if I do that, you got to promise me one thing. When we do release it on YouTube next week, that you will watch it on YouTube and watch it the whole way through.
And like it.
And like it
And like it.
subscribe and
Thumbs
blah, blah,
up.
blah, blah, blah.
Not down.
Do you mind? That would be, it's a long one because it's a tutorial. So it's like 12 minutes. If
How is Freckles doing?
you want to see Freckles?
Yeah, let's see Freckles.
Let's check in with Freckles. Checking in with Freckles. How is Freckles doing? The answer is I've seen better days, to be honest. And that was checking in with Freckles. I actually do have a I think he's at the end of his his
Oh, but
this is what I've edited together. How it started, how it's going. This feels pretty accurate. It's a balloon meme. I'm gonna I have a little edit together of like the it's not really a time lapse, but you know, the day by day degradation of Freckles.
I think it is a time lapse.
It is a time lapse.
Because time lapse, they take pictures like more intermittently.
I will say
These ones are just very intermittent.
The one thing I wish I could have done, if I could do it differently, is make sure that the lighting and the camera was positioned the exact same every time. And because I'm taking the pictures on this wall and I move these lights, and sometimes this studio is pretty light safe, but during the day it's different than at night. Sometimes I'd remember to take the photo at night. Sometimes I'd remember during the day. So it's not, you know, exactly
Pink Rose
perfect. But
Peanut.
hello, Pink Rose. How are you? How are you? Happy Memorial Day.
How many
Coffin for
days?
Freckles.
How many days old is Freckles?
Sounds like
at
a
this point?
terrible children's book.
Jeez. I'm by far the darker of the two of us in terms of my sense of humor. Like,
but that's why it hits harder when it comes out of me.
Baseline where, like, you know, mostly I'm like a degree or two darker and she's a degree or two brighter, and then every once in a while she just pops out with this joke that is so much darker than I would ever allow myself to say.
It was Warner Child who said that, so I don't know if you can really blame me and my dark, dark soul. Anyway, let's see if we can open up this thing. Dogs, Chihuahua. We also have. Oh no, stop. We also have the French Bulldog edit, but I'll save that for another time. No, you're good, Warner. You can stay. You can stay. Let's see. Share window.
Little factoid. All 4 national football teams in the UK wear the poppy during International Week, which is around the time of Remembrance Sunday.
Aw.
One year, England played Germany. FIFA told us not to wear it because apparently it's political. The German national team told FIFA they would also wear it, and both sets of fans observed the last post in 2-minute silence. Well, that's very decent. I'm glad when people remember the difference between the big rocks and the small rocks.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think you can absolutely mourn those that war has taken from us, regardless of your nationality, right? You're a human being. But anyway, here we go. This is our. Let's turn down this music.
Also, never underestimate FIFA's ability to just make themselves
Just make
the least
wrong
likable party
decision. Yeah.
at any given time.
Boo, FIFA, boo. Okay, anyway, here we go. This is the How to Make a Balloon Chihuahua Here we go. Thank you, Jen. Oh, that cute balloon lady. We all love her. We all like that lady. More of that lady. Thank you for watching now with me. Let me know if you noticed any glaring editing mistakes or imbalances, because I have not yet posted that to the YouTubes, but that will be happening shortly. Hopefully early next week. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on if I get it done tonight, because I still have to do the subtitles, and I have a lot of... I'm trying to cite all of the, supplemental images that I'm using, all the stock images. They're all Creative Commons licensed, but I would like to, do the right thing. But that's what we've been up to. I hope you liked it. Oh, Angela, hi. Glitter baby. Oh, so nice. Thank you, Yasaria. Thank you, K-pop. Genius pun. Is that an oxymoron, Chris? Thank you. It's a longer video, but one video that's done pretty well on my little channel is the snake tutorial video. And that is an instructional video, and so it's like, well, maybe that's what we'll do. Do a couple more of those and see if we can hit our watch time minimum for monetizing the balloon YouTube channel.
We got a ways to go.
We got a ways to go. It is help. It's not gonna happen immediately, but also, like, what does? It's just a matter of chipping away at it.
Remember, if you watched it, you promised.
You promised that you would help.
And then, of course, the biggest help is if you know anybody who, you ordinarily would say a kid in your life that would be into this stuff, but I guess this would be, a balloon twister or
I may be the balloon twister in your life.
Yes,
Chihuahua fan.
Chihuahua fan.
We're also planning on editing together a shorter version of this video that's just the same way like the Stitch video is, where it's not instructional. It's just more a kind of behind the scenes making of the balloon. So that may be easier to forward along to an interested party. But either way, thank you for your support. And Jen, thank you for coming in, resubbing 48 months. We got a 4-year-old. Holy moly,
Jeez
Jen.
Louise. So long. Jen's
Holy heck. I know you haven't streamed recently. Life is bonkers. But oh yeah, is that what our YouTube command is?
That might need to be.
We probably
updated.
need to change that. We need to change that. We should just have, but the YouTube link is accurate. The youtube.com/SharpBalloons is accurate.
The link is accurate. The
information maybe a little dated. Maybe a little dated. While we were watching that, started putting together the poppy, and now that it's on a center, I can really start to see it. Do you see what I mean here? Where it's like, it's the curviness of the petals, and I think if I add, one more behind this one and one more in front of them, I might add 2 more. I think this is gonna look gorgeous once it's all done, and once I trim up all of what's distracting me now are all these little bits and bobs where I had to tie in new balloons. But I think it's gonna look nice. I do also not think we're going to finish it on this stream. Hey, RC, poppies. That's all I can hear when I hear.
I'm surprised it
took do you know what that's
this long to get.
I know. You know what that's from.
Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Poppies. I can't wait to see the new Wicked. I think that scene's in there. Probably.
It's just Raji. Hi.
Hey, Raji. I am having a fantastic day. I hope the same is true for you, my friend. So, yes, that is a yes.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
I'm incapable of just saying yes. Yeah. No, I got to do a weird voice and a reference to a very old movie.
That's right. My family is fairly against the concept of like a straight yes or no.
That's why I
either.
fit in so well.
My
Mr.
family is
Sharp.
the classic like, hey, so what time are you guys thinking about dinner? Well, the thing is, there's a car thing that I have to take care of.
It's like,
Okay,
yeah, cool.
So,
Good luck with that.
is there time? Does that mean no or not, or what are we?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
It's kind of a riddle. You're supposed to parse out the meanings of these things.
Let's see.
Oh, Angela, that's a good question. Have you ever made a flower like the one that was in Little Shop?
Yes, I have.
Little
I
Shop
want to
of
say
Horrors.
that we have one in our Discord. Let me bop shoe up,
A
little shop of
Terrors.
horrors. That's Audrey 2, I think, in Discord. Let's
Oh,
take
yes.
a look.
RC works in tech. There is only one answer in tech. It depends.
Depends. Hey, that's a good
It
answer.
depends. Yeah.
That works for a lot of things. Okay, Audrey. I'll try that. See if that looks it up.
And, like,
No.
I'm fine with an it depends answer as long as there's a follow up helping me understand what it depends on and like what are the various factors at play. You know, if you're like, hey, what time are you thinking about for dinner? You're like, I have to go pick up the car. So it depends. If I get done with that quickly, then we'll probably have dinner around 5. But if it takes a while, it might not be ready until 6. Like, that's a reasonable answer to me. I like ambiguity. I like making space for the chaos of the world. But also at a certain point, like, people do need answers to questions.
And so we've got so many. Let me see here. We've got so many plants in the Discord, but none of them were Audrey. I think I can find it.
Well, I think you didn't want to make Audrey 2 without having seen Audrey 1 first, just in case, you know, there's spoilers or something.
Mr. Sharp. Let's see. My Sharp balloons. Nope. There it is.
Does the software do what I want? Well, it depends.
It depends. What do you want?
Can we meet at 3 p.m.? Well, it depends.
It depends on
Are
if
you
I'm
leaving
done
soon?
with that
It
thing.
depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Will it save money? It depends. Should I get red or blue balloons? It depends. Do you need to pee? It depends. I hope that last one is not a pun. I hope you're not making a pun.
Pants. It's adult absorbent undergarments. There we go. It's hard to really tell, but there are actually individual teeth. And this was one of my favorite early balloons. This is October 14th, 2020. Was that image before I was on Twitch? Wild. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Angela. Okay. Boop, boop. Okay. So there's this one weird little part I have to do. Can I twist it this way? This is that one, and then 160 comes down. There's just like this one bubble that's a tricksy one, so I might just leave that off for now and then add it in later. Aw, thank you, Raji. We've done over 1,000 balloons on Twitch, and yeah, like what do you love? What's your favorite? What are you a huge fan of? You have a favorite like cartoon character or video game? Maybe we've made a balloon from it. I can't guarantee that, but it's a non-zero chance. Let's see. Yeah, I think this goes here. Sorry, weaves are complicated. They take some focus, especially when there's multicolor weaves. That's what really trips me up is the like, where does this color tie in? Where does it connect to the next color? It's not always easy to predict. And I'm not as good at the math end of balloon twisting. Some people, look, the balloon art in general as a medium tends to appeal to like engineer brains and people who are very good at math. I don't want to make sweeping generalizations. Obviously, I am the exception to that specific rule. But yeah, it's I've noticed that, and some of those artists are some of the most amazing balloon weavers you could imagine. You've never imagined balloon weaving before, probably. Okay, so this goes there, and this other black one ties to shoot, did I do this wrong? What's going on here? What's going on here? So this is there. And one goes back from there that ties to here. Okay, yeah, I did do that wrong. But it's not impossible to fix.
Hey, digital. Notice Gabriel says if it was made wrong, they blame chat.
There you go.
That's what you get for distracting her.
Perfect excuse. I love it.
Angela's art area can't lie. You amaze her.
You can't lie?
I cannot tell a lie. I find you impressive.
All right. Like George Washington and Jim Carrey from that one movie. I believe it was called Truth Teller, Truth Teller.
I think it was called Yes, Man. That's where he has to say yes.
Yep.
To whatever people tell him.
It's about improv.
Right.
Oh,
It's not
wow.
yes and, it's yes, man. It's like improv, but when you're just annoyed at your partner.
Makes perfect sense to me. Okay, so if this is up there, and this comes down here,
I am going to have to step away at a certain point.
of
here, love.
course. I am so sorry that I ended up.
We're about 1:45 here. What's your plan?
I said let's end it. Let's end it too, shall we? Is that okay for you? Shall we wrap it up?
Sure.
So do you have a good raid target for us, Mister?
I'd pulled some ideas, but I hadn't committed to anything since I didn't know.
Yeah, let's. Why don't
long would
you
you
take
go
a look
on?
at that? And this is a good chance to remind folks that this Thursday, the 29th, I will be doing a special guest appearance on the just shining star of Twitch for both crafting and charitable fundraising. 9.5, one of my favorite creators on this platform. You may recall, recently had her on our stream where we taught her how to make balloons, or at least gave her a few tips on how to make. Like we made a chicken, and we made like a teddy bear. She is going to be teaching me how to crochet. Crochet, you say? Crochet away. So looking forward to that. And also, if you are a subscriber to this channel, it's that time of month. Subscriber gratitude is fast approaching. So make sure you get your subscriber gratitude request into our Discord server. At the end of each month or the beginning of the next month, I do a special stream where we make balloon requests that have been suggested by our subscribers. We randomly spin a wheel, so it is no one's guaranteed, but I try and make at least 3 every month. And currently, I believe there are about 20 requests in there, so that's pretty good odds. So make your request. You needn't be present to win. I think is an important thing to remember. If you're like, I don't know, if you're going to do it during a daytime stream or a nighttime stream, I can't make it. It's like, okay, no worries. We'll still make your balloon. And you know, there's VODs, there's clips. We can make it happen for you. You know, Raji, I'm open to anything. I am not specifically looking for, like, to get any balloon techniques out of this. But I think it's always a good idea to expand your horizons with different mediums and creativity. Because you never know. It all goes into the mix of me as an artist. And who knows how it will end up showing up in my balloon art. I wouldn't be surprised if I could maybe find some kind of a crochet-like technique. I know some artists in the balloon world have done some balloon crocheting before, specifically like making yarn type substance out of uninflated balloons, and so perhaps that's a thing that will appeal to me. It depends. I've never tried. Okay, that's a lie. I have tried crochet, but I think I was like in high school, so it's been like what, 3-4 years since I was in high school. $23, $24, $28, $20, $28, I don't know. I graduated in '99, so 26 years. Lots of years. Lots of years, my friends. And this is going to be... Oh, this is going to be very nice. I can see it. Again, we're not probably going to have time to finish this this gorgeous sculpture today. But thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the interesting conversation. I know we kind of drifted a little more into the serious and into the existential with our conversation early on, but it was so nice to have you with us and just know that we've got folks around who are willing to dive into this. Jen, yes, I also love this. I love this duo. So exciting. Oh, K-pop. We'll see. It's possible. It also, who knows? Who knows? I'm not gonna be like, I'm probably gonna be great at it, because then if I'm terrible, it'll be fine. You were 7 in '99. It's all right, Richie. We can still be friends, I guess. Have I ever made word balloons? Yeah, making letters out of balloons. It's obviously certain letters are easier than others, and a lot of times you have to keep a lot of junctures in. So like very geometric letters are best for that. But yeah, you can absolutely make letters with balloons. I don't like to do that live at a party. Like some kid will always come up and be like, "Can I get my name out of balloons?" I'm like, I'd rather make a balloon and write your name on it, because if your name is anything more than 3 letters, it's just gonna be huge. And like, I don't want you going around the party with like something that says Stephanie. You know, that's it's gonna pop instantly and look illegible and weird. But like in my studio as a display, yeah, balloon letters totally possible. Aw, Angela, you just made me smile, so you've paid me back. Oh, thank you, Certain. I'm glad. Raji, it certainly feels like that. Ooh, GD. You know, digital, I didn't understand it at the time, but now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I can see why getting your GED would make a lot of sense. If you knew where you're headed, you're like, yeah, let's go. Knowledge is power. Yes, and if anything, I view balloon art as my way to accumulate as much power as possible. doing a great job so far. All right, Mr. Sharp, where should we raid this wonderful room of human beings?
Well, Kelly Cakes is not making cakes. Actually, she's working on her farmhouse, but she's
Aw.
going right now, and we don't always have a chance
Yeah,
to.
let's go pop in and see another
see
area of Kelly Cakes'
Casey?
life. It's ELLEY.
Yes.
Okay, great. And then no spaces or punctuation.
Nope. Just
A space
cakes.
wouldn't work. Okay, great. Kelly Cakes, thank you so much. Fred, I'm gonna put it. Thank you, Flava, for putting in the raid message. Friends, do please copy one of the raid messages, whichever works for you. The sub one, the non-sub one. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is I like, as a streamer, seeing all those messages pop up when someone raids into me. So let's pay that forward. Bye, Annie. Bye, Red Mage. Thank you so much, Yosarian. Thank you, everyone. Yosarian and Jen. And let's see who else updated their subscription. Fuzzy Demon Bunny. Thank you so much, friends. It means the world to me that you continue to support me and my family, Mr. Sharp and I, as we try and figure out what are we in this digital sphere as artists. We appreciate you so much. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you, Ryoki, for hanging
Richie.
out. I'm so glad you got a chance to.
Ryoki, good seeing you.
Yeah, on a day of no work. I love it. You're welcome for the stream, miss. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, Red Mage, back at you. Thank you, friends. And yeah, like Kelly Cakes is just spectacular. If you aren't already following, please drop a follow as we raid in. She is a professional, cake maker and a decorator, and her streams are just perfect co-working, like lurking streams. Do enjoy. Bye, Raji. Yeah, no danger of freezing over here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your holiday weekend. Bye.
Bye, pals.